Shem. Thank you for the agape. Thank you for the new agape. And thank you for the old commandments. Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, and Deuteronomy. The old law. Shem. The second born of Noah. Thank you for that. Thank you for sending the mediator, Shiloh. Because I don't want to stand before you, Father, where the wages of sin is death, just one. Because we're all filthy rags. We all just tend to slip back to self, pornea, idolatry. We don't follow your Shem. We don't follow your love. We don't love you. That's why you make us love you, huh, Father? Thank you for that. Thank you for knowing, discerning that it's not by the will of their own, by pornea, but by your will, by loving you, agape, following in your commandments, your commander, the wind and the sails of the vessel. So thank you for allowing me, this vessel, to fulfill this flesh for you, but not be under the flesh, not judged by no man. Final judgment, seventh shofar. So that is my love. That is why I'm here. I will continue to teach the Shem. God damn it. That's not taking the Lord's name in vain. Lord is a pagan term, and God wasn't his name, but vain is worthless, and to take the Lord's name is, again, Shem. Shem. It doesn't say name. Hallowed be thy name in the Lord's Prayer. It doesn't say name. It says Shem. He was the second born of Noah. Ham, Shem, and Japheth. Shem meant authority. Agape, love. Leader, ox, aleph, and omega. Beginning and the end, all law. Sovereign. Only sovereign is orizo, light. Everything else is under this darkness, here of this flesh. So I'm not under it. I know that. He tells me that. That's why he sent his son, to fulfill the law of the flesh. So I don't have to celebrate anything. I'm not going to get there by works, only by faith, but believing in him. That's not a thought in my head. He said, girded in my service. So that's love. He said, if I didn't call out to their hearts to love me, seeking you shall find, asking you shall receive, knock, and I will come sup with you. Not one of them. Yes, if I didn't call out to their hearts to seek after me, not one of them would. Since the beginning of time, nobody's doing it. Father sent his son, but Father wrote all this from the foundation of the world. If you tear the Hamashiach down, the only way to the Father is through the Son. The wages of sin is death. One sin. So, yeah, what a beautiful blessing to have that covenant, the new. So, well, if you don't go out and share that, what you've sought and seeked and asked for, Galatia, Hokadesh, the Hados, the original. Only one way to the original. I am. You said before Abraham was I am. So thank you for the Shem, Father. I'm not under these commerce. I'm not a corp. I'm not dead. My name's not all in Broadway capital letters, because broad is the way that leads to hell. So I'm not a Broadway Jesus or a Broadway, live on Broadway in a Manhattan 58-story tower like Satan's tower, decorated with Satan. I would never do that. Who would ever believe that you were a man of God if you lived in a tower decorated with Satan in the same amount of stories as Satan's tower? Babylonian tower. Thump or Babylon, same tower, same stories, different tower, different time, but same amount of stories. It's not a story, it's by the foot towers. Yes. How many feet? Well, we all know how many feet that 66th floor penthouse of a 58-story tower building. Interesting. But they do it all by the number. It's all being by the number. I hope you understand. Gematria. Yeah. Super Bowl, all your numbers, your MV1, all this. 1 is A, 2 is B. Come on, that's gematria, basic. Don't worry, you have to do no math. This is an algebra, plotting dots on a graph, on a line. Simple, okay, hold on, algebra. You take something over here, you got to get over it. Simple. It's not all done by the number. Why do you think it, 7 shofars, an cosmo, an orderly arrangement of sounds. Trumpets shall sound for the final shofar, where the dead will be raised. An oligos will be called out in that book, and everybody else will go to hell. The reverse gospel, that's what I like to call it. Nobody's ever said it before. It's only been said here, set apart, this High Desert Faith and Truth Ministries channel, right here on the Hollow Needle tube, like a snake. Remember Mr. Chump? I said you knew I was a snake before you let me in, and he let in all his buddies, Barry and Joe and Billary and the whole clan, back from the bushes. Stay out of the bushes. I try to tell people stay out of the bushes. They don't want to listen to me. Well, Executive Order 11004, you heard it here first. Now, I've already said it a billion times. I think it was 10 years ago or something on this platform. I sent to warn you. How could I, when something's here, how could I warn you when it's already here? I'm a veteran, in Rome, there were 3 horns, the sounding to be on the ready at the first shofar shall sound. That was to be on the ready. In this second horn or shofar would sound, that was you had to be there and be ready to move out. All your gear had to be, your first shofar horn would sound. Roman war, and God required war. God required sacrifice. He used to have the sacrifice of the altar, and they would wash their hands. The high priest, Aaron, Levites, Levitical law, these old 613 statutes, commandments, and they're the Old Testament. You know anything about Shem? I'm all talking about, God damn it, is not taking the Lord's name in vain. Name is Shem. It's all 66 of the canonized books that I teach out of, and you can find Brother Jim teach the same thing. Holy Gosh, that's a fraction, a puny, tiny number. That's even read a lexicon or study word number by number, one word at a. Are you carrying your cross daily? Let's do simple. 7 shofars. You have to carry your cross 7 days a week. Are you carrying your cross? Let's make it simple. Let's unscramble all this. Make it like a childish. I'm a veteran, so I know a step-by-step instruction. Are you carrying your cross daily? If not, well, I don't know what to tell you. So, vessels of wrath fitted for destruction from the foundation of the world. Most people go to hell. And vessels of mercy, oligos, who find that straight gate and only willing to narrow self, deny self, take up your cross daily. There it is, 7 days, 7 shofars, 7 trumpets. 7 is the number of maturity. The 7 candlesticks was passed after the sacrifice of the washing in the glassy of the hands to prepare the blood ritual sacrifice after passing the 7 candlesticks. Yes, the altar of incense and the table of showbread. They would pass the veil, where the ark, where the law, I am, commandments written on stone. Remember, Moses is given this on the mount, given that law. It was written, honor thy father, thy mother, and the commandments, the 10, that was housed within the ark of the covenant with the 2 cherubs on each side. They would sprinkle that blood sacrifice over that ark. 1 day a year, I am, the Father without flesh, would come visit behind the veil. You ever watched Raiders of the Lost Ark? Anyone? Bueller? Oh, anyways, did a movie there, snapped into my own nom. Anyways, never get out of the boat. Never get out of the boat. You got to let him steer the ship. Don't rock. It's going to be rocky. I hope you're not steering the boat. Uh-oh, that's self. Oh, self-autonomous. That's you, self. Service to self or service to others. You'll know them by their fruit, brothers and sisters. You will know them. Children of darkness, workers of darkness, workers of iniquity and workers of light. Alatia Hokadesh, narrowing of this world. We're not to be in it, but be not of it. He said, don't be nice. To be nice means to be stupid, so don't be nice to anybody. God doesn't want us to be nice. God is not his name. That's just a title, like I'm a veteran. So he said, before Abraham was, I am. That means self-existent, right? Creator of all things, spoken into existence. Remember these sacrifices, rituals, blood, war. That was God. He required. Remember, no weapon formed against you shall prosper. Your enemy will come against you one way, and I'll make them flee 7 ways. That was Israel. Remember that rock over there where they think that's not Israel in the modern day apocalypse? Book of the lifting of the veil. Yeah. So, this is I am. He said before Abraham, David declared him the Lamb of God. That is Aries the ram. Aries, I am, without flesh. He said his son to be birthed to the water. The amniotic fluid, are we not all here through the Pisces? The vesicle Pisces, through the fish. Something smells a little fishy in here, I know. It's the birth. We all were birthed through the water, through the matrix. Matrix isn't out here. That's not what the matrix is. People so tear the word of God apart so bad. Yes, the cornerstone, the fake 33-degree Masons like Mr. George Washington. Fake. What did Bob said? The sheriff's a Klansman, the judge is a Mason. So I got you. He's not a judge. He's not operating. Well, thanks for coming in, and we'll push right into the teaching. All crimes in America are the corporation are crimes of commerce, and they do it under your capital letter Broadway name. Broad is the way that leads to the wide gate that leads to hell. Are you the Broadway name? You have a broad. Does it say on your birth, your merchant number? You know it as a credit card. Social. You made a movie about your Tin Man, your tax ID number. It's your labor. It's sold. America is not a constitutional republic. It's a corporation, and has been for some time. They've gotten away with this, but I don't know. Everything comes out. How could not? People were totally over this legislation of not just because this is not the time. Remember, this is the apocalypse. This is the age where the heirs of the throne of God will be crowned in this age. So welcome to the new age. The firmament declared it, not me. Well, no, I declared it over and over and over and over because I'm a mad guy. I'll take you back in time, back to the future. Yeah, I'm eternal, so I'm not from the past or the future. I never am. I'm from both. You might have said somebody said they're from the past, or somebody might say they come from but I'm from both. I don't never am. My dad told me that my father is not in the sky. In heaven is Christ in you, brothers and sisters. Hallelujah. He cannot sin. He is the original. He is the aletheia. What am I doing? I'm telling you you're constitutional and Shem. Aletheia. You're getting meat, not watered down milk. Does any of it make any sense? Makes no sense to me. It's all commerce. I'm not a corporation. Corp is dead. I'm not a statute. That's commerce law. I don't go on dates with men. That's a mandate. No, it's not mandated, but that's not a law. And I don't go on dates with men. So I don't follow codes. He blotted out the handwriting of ordinances in the book of Colossians 2 and 14. So I'm not under ordinances or revised statutes under the Title 18 statutes. They're not judicial, legislative, and executive, right? No, they're all unconstitutional commerce, and you're a capital letter name. You'll pay for your own. If you're in a man's cage, rape cage, you'll pay to get yourself double stuffed, and you'll eat a cock meat sandwich. You ever seen Harold Kumar? Big Bob will be there to meet you. You'll get triple stuffed like an Oreo. I don't think they get triple stuffed Oreo. Yeah, hot cross top buns, huh? Love thy neighbor like this is how you love. This is how you love your enemy. Put the word of God on them. Show them the narrow way. Hallelujah. Twice and then rebuke them. So show them the light. Tell them to move on. Can't turn a goat into a sheep. So thank you, Father, for I am you, Father, and thank you for your Son, born of the water, the amniotic fluid. In the firmament, it was declared with the king and the morning star, not Lucifer. Venus is the morning star, not Lucifer. Lucifer is not a word that was ever written in Scripture. Generations of Luciferian idiots doesn't even match the original Haleli. The definitions have to match. Old and New Testament. I teach out of interlinear Texas Receptus. You know what that is? You probably read some watered down version of the word. Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, and Deuteronomy are law, not a religion. I rebuke a religion that walks this rock right now. Every one of them, house made by hands, they are vanity. This is just as of the time of the Hamashiach. synagogues of Satan. And he said twice, because he always declares two witnesses, he was hung next to two thieves that doesn't dwell in temples. He said that the most high, he doesn't dwell in temples or houses made by hands. Block, brick, rock, 2x4, barger, rafter, That's the one who hung him on a tree, not on a cross. Religious idiots. Anyways, he said, before Abraham was I am. He was born of Bethlehem. It was that star marker that birthed that age from fire I am to, yes, Hamashiach. Jesus, the Pisces, the fish. Jesus wasn't his name, but we'll speak his modern translation name of the letter J didn't exist at the time of Christ. Such childish behavior in this 2024 twisted orgy world that celebrates the new year in the middle of the winter. And bang, bang, orgy rituals. They celebrate their orgy calendar. Lunatics, I tell you. It's like quantum leaped into a world of idiots. But that's all right. Here I am. He said, I am the Hados. It starts with narrowing off the translation, yourself, your own version. That's Shem, brothers, sisters, Agape. He said, before Abraham was I am, because he is sovereign, the only thing that exists that created all this light and dark. He is pure light and cannot be defiled. That's why he said, I am the Hados, the Alati, and the original. The original is the light. So, can't defile light. If you know anything about splitting, well, positive and negative, through a theolobal, pushing down on both sides, and then a venturia theolobos, a pinching that will separate again. Dark and light. Dark always grabs the light. Light cannot accept dark. It always pushes it away. It can't be defiled. That's why he said, I am the orizo. I am the light. Hallelujah. All right. Old, yeah, I'm eternal. I'm potentially the oldest man to walk this rock right now. Although I'm in this flesh, I'm eternal. I'm just here for a country minute. He said, look up, your redemption draweth nigh. So, draweth nigh. That's future, forward, like a sign. What is to come? Remember, 2 horns, 2 shofars sounded. The third is, remember, first, be on the ready, have a certain point in time here, at this appointed time. Second, be, yes, ready to move out and draw fire. At the third and final shofar trump sound. That's it. Move out and draw fire, soldier. Are you ready? No idea of the cosmos, of the horns, of the sounding of any war horns, or any of this. You're just TV, television, Red Dead Redemption, right? Yeah, right. This ain't no game. You're a card. You've been played with your merchant number. They sold your labor on the stock exchange called America. All crimes in the corporate America are crimes of commerce, not under the Title 18 constitutional statute, but under revised statutes code. Are you a corporation? Yes, you are. You're all a corporation. I hope you're not a corporation, because judge that shall be judged. He said, if you go by corporatocracy, this democracy is not a constitutional republic. Broad is the way. If you have an all birth name, capital letter name, and you don't rebuke that and leave that, and say, he said, "Bit ye in it, but be not of it." Narrow. My name is not all capital letters. My name is Tracy. I've been called Stacy, Terry. My brother was Sean and Jeremy, and crazy more than I ever been called Tracy. But that's not my name, because I was not Tracy when I came into this flesh before, and I will not be Tracy after. So stop. My name is Apocalypse. When arrested by the state of Oregon, a bunch of clowns, pigs, they asked me my name. I said, I am a revelation. I am Apocalypse. I'm always operating. I didn't say this at the time, but I said, my name is capital T, small r, small a, small c, small y. Capital W, small e, small r, small n, small e, small r. And I made sure they're recording, because the camera's always recording everything. I'm not in capital letters. Broad is the way that leads to the wide gate that leads to hell, brothers and sisters. I'm not Broadway Tracy Werner. That's not who I am. Remember, capital T, small. I got the district attorney. He's my bitch down here saying my name as loud as he can. He is. That's my dog right there. He says my name when I say my name, bitch. Yep, that's what I'm telling you. He's my dog. He said it as loud as he could. He turned from red, double box Marlboro red, to burgundy to smoke plum, or like a shade of eggplant. Maybe purple rain is what I said. Yes, he couldn't take it. He couldn't stand it. He's just the chief of finance. I subjugated all the money. The merchant number, your capital letter. I'm not capital letters. I declare open kangaroo, non-Title 18, non-Third Circuit, Third Article Court with no judicial capacity. They're not. They're just a bunch of actors. Look at them like Walmart. They're going to make you buy something. I don't have to get in your rape cage. No, I don't. I have affirmative defense to protect myself from that justification defense. I know my constitutional rights. That's under criminal. And you're not even putting me under a Title 18 original statute. All these subtitles, subsection, revised statutes, that's all code for commerce. Remember, you have to get me to admit that I'm all capital letters to be able to prosecute me under crimes of commerce. All crimes in America are crimes of commerce because they're not operating in a third article court on the original criminal Title 18 statutes, not revised statutes. That's code, and that's criminal code, not criminal constitutional law. Judicial, legislative, executive, House, Congress. And you have any idea? I'm a veteran. I despise my original, thuggery of victimless crime, throwing people in a rape cage for no victim. The state is the victim. There has to be a person you have the right to face your accuser. People don't know their rights. It's not about freedom. Fuck freedom. It's about veterans like myself and others, this mega war machine. Eisenhower called it the military industrial. Roger Waters called it the war machine, right? In the American military industrial with 1,000 military bases for 50 years, forcing everybody to pay for oil in over 180 countries. Yeah, right. We are the most apostate nation. I serve this beast, military industrial complex. So I know. We go over, see, outside of this covenant, 2,600 years ago, he said, "Let vengeance be mine, saith the Lord." God used to require war. Yes, he did. "No weapon formed against you will prosper. Your enemy will come against you one way, and I will make them flee 7 ways. So God did require war, but not over 2,600 years ago. We have the right to protect. Our Fourth Amendment has the right to protect your persons, papers, houses, and effects, your own space. If somebody breaks that without warrant, you need to tell them to leave. But after that, they're trespassing, and under your Fourth Amendment to be secure in your houses, papers, persons, and effects. If you think they're going to cause harm to your dirt, because it's just dirt, your wife is dirt, your kids are dirt, that side by side, your motorhome, whatever they're taking from you. He said, let them have what you have. Give them, take what you have, give them the rest of what you have, right? You're supposed to have a backup. You don't need to be, he said, turn your cheek. Okay, well, whatever. You still have a constitutional right to protect yourself, and you do have the right under God. You're not going to break a covenant if say he's not going to let you get run over, okay? Don't seek vengeance. You have the right to protect yourself under God's new covenant. He used to be eye for an eye. Somebody came and did something to you, like what happened to me. The state of Oregon came in and swatted my house. Oh, they had warrant, but it wasn't even a justified warrant who I had called out. Just go look at the case. It will go to the Supreme Court. This will be the largest case probably ever in the state of Oregon because they don't want to look at the evidence. Even to this day, 6 months from a SWAT raid, and there's still not one thing. That's a violation of my Sixth Amendment. Fair, speedy trial in a criminal case. These are clowns. These are all a bunch of clowns. I've already subjugated the money that you guys call a bond or a treasury by the banksters who fund all this war. Imagine this, $20 billion were just sent to Ukraine, and they cannot give me counsel as a honorably discharged veteran from the military, which I don't like that term, but it is what it is. And a pig thug who served in a law enforcement capacity, 95 Bravo in the military. Look, I don't want to go into it is what it is. We all have a past, but I don't do that anymore. And that's what's given me these vernacular to this linguistics or logistics on how this code and statute. No, it's simple. House, Congress, Senate. If it doesn't go through those 3 branches, it's not law, but it's not constitutional. You, a child, can understand this. So there's one court. Let me make it easy for you. In America, all these other courts are not. They're not judicial. They're operating under crimes of commerce, which are code, statutes, mandates, and ordinances. Okay, it's not rocket science, guys. That's me on sticky muskrat Donald Trump's buddy, the one who's going to declare another fake national emergency. So, because all you think about, pedo, is your eyes, and all you worry about is television. So goodbye. Just move it. That's all you think about. You're a child. Grow up. Please go be 7. Read what it says in the book to be 7. We're doing it by the number in here. And now you're out of here. We throw over 18,000 people out of here, this channel, a month. Easily, sometimes a week. I don't want to sup with vipers. Anyways, he said you knew I was a snake before you let me in. Remember the Hollow Needle channel? You have a tube, like a bite, like a viper. It'll has that hollow venom that'll stick you. Yeah, welcome to the tube. And then he had his buddy came clean up, right? Mr. Joe, his beehive buddy, to come on, play Pokemon so my buddies can get rich, still. Yeah, get the roll up your sleever. Remember that? He put the bite in, didn't he? Did you get the bite in? You still fell for it, huh? 2 wings to the same dragon, 2 cheeks to the same hole. So Mr. Trump, in his fake national emergency, at 100%, you get it. The novel coronavirus, which means it's man-made, was man-made. It's so easy to debunk this bullshit. Yeah, this is not a democracy. Yeah, it is. It's a democracy. It's not a constitutional republic. They've taken away this, state right, nationalist. I don't do that. I don't have to. I'm a man of the land, and so I'm born from this dirt. I don't have to claim it. I have all these constitutional rights because I know how to assert them. I know them. I know that I don't have any authority over a man who's not in capital letters. So some of this discussion, things you're saying. All right, we'll just hang on, take some notes, write it down. There's only one judicial pastoral court in America. It's called an Article 3, operating under the original Title 18 criminal statutes. Anything revised statute, like they're charging me right now some felonies for protecting my son because they don't want to look at the evidence and issued a warrant for his arrest. I wouldn't let them arrest him. I already told them I wouldn't ever before they arrested the warrant. I always keep my word when it comes to watch. This will be a national case. It will go to the Supreme Court. My name is not all in capital letters. I'm always operating in a private capacity and never in commerce. I'm not commerce. I'm not part of this corp. Corp is dead. I don't go by statutes that are unconstitutional. There are only Title 18 original criminal statutes. Any revised statute, like Oregon revised statute hindering a pig, copsucker, non-commerce, all commerce, no judicial capacity. They don't even know, they're idiot pigs. So I tell them to their face, that's your First Amendment right. You should always tell them they're idiot pigs because they don't even know what they're operating under, no judicial authority. But careful, because they got guns and you are public enemy number 1 and they will dump clips in you. These pigs in America, the state troopers, they're state trooper pigs. They follow on the highways. They're state pigger. They 25 of those guys came to kill me. They bragged that they were going to go do that. There was going to be an armed standoff, some Waco, wacko, Texas or whatever. But I have discovery, not all of it. We'll see, because I still don't have all their body cam. They won't. Right there is a violation of because they couldn't even get me counsel in the first week. They didn't let me out of jail like they should have. And they still kept me an extra week. And then my son's attorney, who was representing me, said, you can't do this to man. And he realized how bad he fucked up, because you can't co-counsel defendant. And so he realized he started after 2 times of counseling me and presenting me in their kangaroo court, which is totally illegal. You can't have the same attorney for 2 defendants. You have to have a different counsel for each. They really fucked this case up bad. And just not Mirandizing me like Sam Birch said he did, and then I shut up. No, I never shut up. As soon as those stupid state fucking pigs, after hitting me in the face with I'm a special weapons and tactics trained SWAT special reaction team certified in Honolulu, Hawaii. It's the same certified. These cop pig thugs, 25 of them, come in here to try to wreck me and shoot me, get me to come out of my house off my live stream and come out with some arm. But I never said, this is my fucking arms, that I said I would die protecting my son from having his asshole raped by 2 big fucking fat cocks and having to have taint fucking breath because men are stuffing their fucking balls in his face. And he gets fucking fish hooked and his lip ripped because they don't want to look at the evidence. I thought you were innocent until proven guilty. I have all the evidence to show Elijah Werner did his 180. They just still act 6 months, man. They haven't even given me counsel. I stepped in front of my son's evidence. Fuck it. I have administrative defense or affirmative defense. I can protect him from illegal prosecution. So I know that's in criminal trials, but I know my rights. These people fucked up really bad because it's going to go to the Supreme Court. And every one of this, from Judge Vandenberg, who's not actually a judge because I've already challenged his judicial capacity because he's not operating in an Article 2 court. He's charged me under revised statute, and I'm not commerce. A revised statute is the revised. It's not part of the original Title 18 criminal statute. These are revised. It's criminal code. Codes are for commerce, and I'm not a corp. I'm not, see, they can't do this. Not to a man who knows his rights. I have any delay of fair trial, Sixth Amendment, even 1 second is a constitutional Sixth Amendment delay. Miranda, adequate counsel. It's 6 months. They ain't be able to give me. They're so in trouble. Once this goes to a federal court, everybody's bonds will be sued. I will refuse to sue the state of Oregon, even though they're all civilly and criminally liable for this case, because I don't want the taxpayer to have to pay for these fucking criminals called cop-sucking pigs who can't even do their job right, and then the taxpayers got to pay. In the state and the county, this poor little county out here being harassed by these pigs, Stockholm Syndrome. Lake County, Oregon is probably the most corrupt county in all of this divided states of America, because it's not a constitutional republic. It is a corporation called a democracy, and that is not constitutional. So everything they're doing right now, you just fall for it. You're a child, and they bank on that. They do. They literally bank on your ignorance, and they've done it since your birth. It's a merchant contract between the queen. You just don't claim it, and you don't understand it, and that doesn't mean, I don't know how this hasn't been discovered before, because it's always been there, kind of like the gospel. But hey, Diddy party's just coming out, right? How we all knew that dude was a frickin', and all that people in Hollywood are pedos, but now it's come out because we live in the age of Aquarius. That's why you're getting gaslighted with drones and boats and boats and drones. Yeah. What movie was that? Anyways. Yeah, I already told you. Look at this channel. I said they're going to start signaling this Aquarius sign in front of your face to laugh at you, because there's something coming that they know when Trump declares this fake national emergency, as he did it before. 100%, you get that novel coronavirus, which means it's man-made, attached with the SARS and the mirrors. That's Fauci, little man pushing the buttons, fear of the big screen. No, that's you. You are the straw man. You are the tin man. Your tax ID number is your merchant number. Notice when you got to go to jail and eat cock meat sandwiches, you pay them out of your merchant number to get ass raped and face raped. You pay them, and then they send $20 billion to Ukraine of that money. Well, I can't even get fucking counsel, and I'm a American honorably, whatever it is, what it is. On my DD 214, brothers and sisters, it says end the tour service. I'm going to protect the people in this country so they know their constitutional rights. It says Congress shall establish no law prohibiting the free exercise of free speech, of the press, and of religion. I'm a pastor. I apologize for my cursing. Go back 6 months prior to this raid. You'll find zero cursing at all. But hey, it is what it is. It's my constitutional right. I know all my constitutional rights, and I'm going to continue to apply them, and they're not going to get anywhere. I've already subjugated. Subrogation is the taking of that money that they want to send to Ukraine, and they can't do that now because I've challenged the judicial capacity of David Vandenberg and my bitch Ted Martin down here, who screamed my name as loud as he could. Capital T, small r, small a, small c. Not all in capital letters, notice. Yeah, he's my bitch. He said you got him saying my name, man. I mean, that's whatever it is, what it is. Then he turned, I told you, plum purple after going through magenta, like a burgundy, and started with the shade of red to double box. They're screwed. They messed this case up, and they should have just taken care of it years ago when I brought to their attention the criminal behavior of their sheriff, Tom Rourke, and all his dealings at the airport and illicit things coming into our county. That is you don't hang out at these people who do these things for extended periods of time. Are you using or are you investigating? So, all these people fall into their own trap. Like they went up to the local restaurants that I protected during the COVID, because I said, get your ass out here and protect these businesses. Fuck this. This is a second time bullshit. Kathy's going to lose her fucking restaurant. And we go back to this. Shut the fucking doors down so that the Koch brothers can get more clamshells and to-go boxes and gloves. And that's all the Koch brothers. That's Donald Trump's friend. Remember the Koch brothers? Pfizer, Johnson, and Moderna, two snakes up a pole. You knew I was a snake before you let me in. This man, you should already see it. He loves cops and he loves pharma. He is the number one drug dealer ever in the mankind history. He makes the fentanyl epidemic look small, and I'm not taking away. They let this happen. This government let this happen, okay? Just like they let all these people come in and paid them to come in here, and now he's going to declare this national emergency that they brought in and paid to be here. Fuck that. They got citizens dying in the fucking streets of America, and there's people getting paid to live here who don't even have citizenship. Fuck you if you support this system. Kiss my ass. Leave now. Get the fuck out of here. Get out of here. Leave. I don't sup with vipers. I don't like people who are bootlickers and pig lickers. Pigs are people in government. 40% of our nation, brothers and sisters, works for that government. They're pigs, people in government. Anybody who supports this whole democracy and corporation where they extort and you pay to get your face ass raped and have taint juice on your breath because a man stuffing his fucking cock in your mouth, you think that's funny, but that's how this works. And you pay under this corporation to do so as they send money to you, Iran and fucking Israel. So take that. That's the truth. You don't like it, too bad. I've already taken mine through subrogation. That money will never go to war or to tuck children and strap here $500 million here in America to stuff in. Did you get a vote on that? Not stuff. Oh my God. I don't like this, brothers and sisters. I have to stand up because Christ stood up to the perverted law. My love did it, and I have to do it too. He gave me this measure. I didn't ask for this. I wish I never would have been a veteran. I wish I didn't have to think about the shit that I fucking did for this country. But I'm not going to die and without speaking up about what we do in 1,000+ bases in over 180 countries, forcing people for 50 fucking years, guys, to pay for our oil. Henry Kissinger brokered the Bretton Woods Agreement instead of backed by gold. France came over here and said, give us our fucking gold back, all right? And Richard Nixon freaked. He fucking freaked out. What the fuck are we going to do? We don't have this shit in Fort Knox. That'd be the stupidest military strategic thing you ever do. Tell everybody, that's what we told everybody. Bring all your gold here. Since we won World War II, we put Mr. Time Magazine's Man of the Year. We sell bullets and Band-Aids, Rockefellers and Rothschilds because war is profitable. And we sent our fucking kids off, the best of the best, 18 to 30, to fight these fucking banker wars, man. Somebody's got to speak up. I'm going to go down in history of being one of those, not the silent majority. You chicks, whatever. We all get a different measure, man. He said, don't hide that light in a basket. Give that shekel to the rich man. What? You hid it in a basket. You hid it. You didn't use what I gave you. Okay, use whatever you have now to use your mouth peacefully. I don't condone violence. Okay, under this covenant 2,600 years ago, he said, let vengeance be mine. So that's why I rebuke what I did for this military, because we've been forcing people to pay for oil instead of with the US dollar, right? Oh no, with gold. Remember, it was all backed World War II. Bring all your gold here. We'll protect your gold. And the best #1 military with our veterans here. With, remember all this World War II, we know Germany, it's all creation. So we could bring all the gold here and steal everybody's fucking gold and put it in Fort Knox. That's the dumbest fucking thing you'd ever do in the world. Put it all in one spot and tell everybody where it's at. See, I don't know if you were picking up on that. This is an idiocracy, okay? France came over here in 1971, said, we want our fucking gold back. And we couldn't even give them the gold back they put in Fort Knox, brothers and sisters. This scam's been going on since taking us off what is called the bimetallic standard. That is when we had a silver and gold standard where they could compete against each other. The banksters can't control both because they compete against each other. This is a structure back in the 1700s of this country. This has been going on for long. This is going back to the Queen. Your merchant number goes back to the Queen. Purple people eaters, all that, this contract, you think I might think I'm crazy, but this is all constitutional law. Nothing can come against this. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. But under this contract, remember, it was an honor. It was written on a piece of paper. Somebody could change that. If you broke that contract, you didn't honor it, and they broke it by turning this into a corporation. So if you know how to take this back, I've already done that. I've subjugated my ass rape money that they wanted to throw me in their rape cage. Send to Ukraine. Even if I don't receive $1 of it, it's okay. I've already put them on notice of liability. I will sue, not the state of Oregon as my promise, or Lake County, but I will sue every 30 people on my list that have a bond, like a contractor that's licensed, bonded, insured, so I can make sure at 17 months from that point where I knew my son had already done these 180 hours where he was allowed to get off of probation to meet and met all the qualifications of community service, just needed to pay the money of restitution for his crime where he made a mistake. He's the only one of 5 to go to jail, but it is what it is. He gets out, he does community service. They actually rush his ass out of here because this is right at the time of the COVID where I'm like, get your fucking cop cars out here, you fucking fake pigs, and support Kathy's business. 2 million fucking businesses to 3 million businesses just like this. Shutter the doors. Dorothy, she wants to stay open, but she's worried she'll lose her OLCC license, or Oregon Liquor and License Commission, and the people over there at the cafe, but listen, Kathy wanted to stand up. We were going to make history, and we fucking did, brothers and sisters. Irregardless whether you knew what happened, this town, you ever heard of that town, that fuck around and find out kind of town? That town wishes it could be this town. Look at the page out here, Christmas Valley United. I got some stuff posted, you'll see. But look, when somebody snoops around somebody's property out here, they'll dig a hole and say the cops don't fucking do a damn thing about it, so dig your hole and take care of it yourself. So anyways, yeah, let's have fuck around and find out kind of town. That town is not even in this league. This is a township. That song wishes it could be this town. Drive around the wrong driveway and they will fucking shoot you dead in this, and they'll dig their own hole, and cops don't do shit about it. They're so fucking criminal. We're losing our 911 in a matter of days, guys. Dispatch, want to see? I told you. No way. That can't be the most corrupt town. Yes, it is. They have more rapists, murders, and pedophiles. They didn't keep track of Tony Karsten. He ran around and could have been in anywhere of the state. He could have got out of the state. They weren't even keeping track of him. So it's not my fault that this happened, brothers. I didn't even ask for that. I actually tried to get that rapist to stay away from my son. He was buying my son cigarettes. I'm like, you got to be 21 in Oregon. My son was like 19, so he wasn't doing the right thing. But out of respect to his wife, didn't want him to smoke cigarettes. He'd go away from the house, and it is what it is. But that's how he ran into this fucking rapist. And then I told Lily Frake, the probation and parole officer, look, this dude's moving around. I already got dirt on him, and he's lying about his charge, telling people he didn't rape this woman. Look it up, Lily. What the fuck? How are you allowing this? Get this man away from my son. He's hanging around. This other kid here that he's hanging around, Elijah, the other Elijah, he's 17. That's a fucking minor child. Why is this rapist hanging around? And then my son's up getting in trouble with him. You know, come on. And they still haven't convicted Tony Karsten, the rapist, but all the fucking minor kids got fucking charges. My son is the only one of 5 to go to jail. Does this sound fishy to you? So I'll exonerate my son's charges, and I'll continue to stand up for this Constitution. There's nothing they can do about this. It's called affirmative defense, and I've had it from the beginning under criminal liability or civil liability. I will be excused, justified, or affirmative to do what I've had to protect my own asshole from being raped. Oh, wait, I stuck my asshole out there for no reason, didn't I? No, I did it for you, okay? This country, I did it for my son. If he didn't do the fucking hours, if I didn't have the evidence, I already told him, you do the crime, do the time. Here, he's smoking fucking cigarettes. Now he got in trouble with this motherfucker. If he's there at the scene of the crime, he's the only one in jail. Fuck it, he's doing the crime. He'll have they all smoke these fucking cigarettes like they're a hippie. You understand? You'll find him if he was there. I'll give you the evidence. I want him to do, I've already taught him to, if you do the crime, do the time. So, brothers, sisters, this is the story of non-capital, all-letter name Broadway Tracy Werner. I will be a Supreme Court case that jumped the evidence for my son because I have the evidence, and that gives me what is called affirmative defense under the Constitution in a criminal prosecution. I have criminal, in a criminal trial. I have a Sixth Amendment right to speedy and fair trial and to call witness, and they have violated in this county over and over. They have targeted my son. They're pissed because I went out and stood against this fucking county and said, get your god fucking cop cars out here and protect this motherfucking business. Get off your fucking ass. You guys have done nothing but sit on your ass since the COVID started. You don't give a fuck what people do. As long as you don't run somebody, you guys tuck tail and collect checks. That's what the fucking stupid cop suckers did during the COVID. You know I'm right. They didn't hardly bust nobody for nothing. They didn't give a fuck. They just sat down like my bitch Ted Martin out here, teddy bear, chief of finance, screaming my name, but not all in capital letters. T! Capital T. He said capital T, small r, small a. He went from red to maroon, like a burgundy color, if you will, to smoke plum. Like I said, purple rain or maybe a eggplant color. He was really, and he had to get up and leave because he knew he was fucked because I already took all the subrogated all the money in this case, and he's fucked on that, and he can't do shit. And so they already had vacated the trial. But this was after I was supposed to go to my son's trial. What cocksuckers these people are. Yeah, literally like phallic worshipers, the whole suck on the system, this Baphomet worship. Phallic is the monolith, and the Vatican has, what do they call that? The Washington Monument. That's what I'm saying. They suck off this commerce tit. Oh, well, now it's tits and cock. Well, I'm just saying it's a transgender god, and their god Baphomet has both man, beast, and woman. So it all makes sense, right? 3 genders. Come on by so you can give it a try. See why they want you to do this? Like Badman Orange and his Ivan. Start doing portions. You can see if it's a man or a woman just by portioning. I'm a military veteran. They had different standards for women in the U.S. Army, brothers and sisters. Okay? No, we do. That's whatever. No, you treat a woman's body like you treat the church. You treat a woman's body like you treat your own. She's only subservient when it comes to the teaching. of the gospel. No, honey, we're not going to the Christmas party. We don't celebrate. That's a modern day Ahab marrying Jezebel. There you go. Equally yoked. Okay, she too. Don't tell that member under this covenant. If your husband starts telling you you need to start celebrating shit, ladies, tell him to fuck off. Give him twice and then rebuke him. Don't keep, if you're not equally yoked, we're supposed to stay equally yoked. Don't celebrate anything. No birthdays, no celebrations, no rituals, no customs, just equally yoked. A woman leaves, her family, her husband becomes, remember, all this works because but you got to be equally yoked. So don't be an Ahab and marry Jezebel, a woman who goes after Baphomet worship or vice versa under this covenant, because then you're not equally yoked. That's what the sons of God came into the traditions of men was all about, not aliens or fallen angels. What idiots these world are, so stupid. So anyways, under the commerce state of America, it's not a constitutional republic. They violated that trust on paper from the beginning that this was, so they have to pay it back. So if you look at the Tampa Bay Treasument 1983 calculator, you can get the $1,083 a minute that they will be billed out on this case. Has already put the notice liability in, already challenged the judge's jurisdiction that he's not operating in an Article 3 court. He's charged me with a revised statute, and I'm not a statute. I don't go on dates with men. Mandates are not lawful. Ordinances, he blotted those out in the book of Colossians 2 and 14. Statutes, it has to be, if it is a statute under Title 18, it can't be a sub-statute or revised statute. That's what they're trying to charge me. ORS, hindering a pig. Prosecution, hindering prosecution of my son's asshole being double stuffed. Maybe they'll get a third guy in there. I don't know, get 5 of them going at one time. I don't know. He could die in there because of that. And if I have the evidence, I'm going to stand and put my ass. I'm a cock blocker. You ever heard that term? Well, and first you had to put my asshole in front of his. I have affirmative defense because I know my constitutional criminal, prosecution rights. And it's not even judicial. They're not even, this is a 4th article court, which again, it's territorial. See, these cops are pissed at me because I know my rights. When I told them to bring their cop cars out there and bring their SWAT vehicles and protect these churches, protect these businesses, and get off their lazy asses and hold a protest across from the police department, they're not going to be very happy with you. But do remember that the elected sheriff does hold more judicial power because he is an elected seat of sheriff. If you remember the standoff that they had at the bridge, remember, not the wildlife refuge, that was the wildlife with the Lavoie. They tried to Lavoie me. Look into the case. They did. They called the state of Oregon, tried to get rid of me, and they failed miserably. They thought they're going to have a standoff. They got completely opposite. But remember Nevada? That was the Hammonds here, and it was the Bundys over there. Remember the Bundys? They front as cattle ranchers. They're mineral farmers. But anyway, I don't go into any of that right now. So they farm minerals? Interesting. Okay, but anyways, remember all the cows. Our government is absolute fucking tyrants. Remember, they would fucking kill you dead if you stole somebody's cow in this country, and they stole the Bundy's cow. So our government is cattle wrestlers, just so you know. America's government did something back in the day that would literally get you shot fucking dead. You couldn't take somebody's cow. And they took, the beautiful thing was when they brought all those cows to market, nobody wanted to buy them, brothers and sisters, because they knew they had helicopter rounded them up. Fucking bullshit. Literally harassed those cows, killed them, and brought them to market. Nobody buy them. Hallelujah. There is some justice. So, but anyways, the justice showed up when the elected sheriff told the feds to get the fuck out of here. You don't have any authority. I hold more authority than you. And see, that's what I was trying to get Michael Taylor to do, this dereliction sheriff who I've called in an open forum for his allowing Tony Carson to run around and calling him about this, try to call him to my house. Said, just come here. We can talk about this. Professional courtesy. I'm law enforcement. Let's not get this all blown out of proportion. You're the elected sheriff. You can get this shit straight. You got criminals or, cop suckers. Well, no, I was saying you got, Tom Rourke and Josh, Bezel and Sam Birch and Lance. All these, you guys they're performing. I was telling him, but he didn't want to talk. He never even answered my phone call. Never returned it one time, not even once. Cellular data will show. It'll show in the Supreme Court when I take this to a federal court that he never once tried. He let that rapist run around. He was a dereliction of duty. He's out of office on January 31st of 2025. So he's bailing. Teddy Bear, my bitch, Martin, he's the chief of finance down here, acting as a prosecuting attorney in a 4th non-judicial territorial court, circuit court under enforcing revised statutes, not actual Title 18, original judicial, legislative, these are all revised when they turned this into the corporation, brothers and sisters. They added all these revised statutes. So this is laws of commerce. All crimes in America are crimes of commerce. Even murder, I don't give a fuck what it is. It's crimes of commerce. They don't give a fuck. They stick a murderer in jail. They can get his ass. They don't care. They get money from him. They get paid. They don't give a shit. They're banksters. You're just an idiot and you're a child. And that's what they bank on, your idiocracy. And unbeknown to you, it's been going on since, well, they turned it into a corporation. Anybody want to know how that happened? Not hard to figure out, huh? Go back and research her. This is not a constitutional republic. This is a corporation sold on the New York Stock Exchange, which Trump and his buddies, Pfizer, Johnson & Johnson, Moderna, all these people who benefit from this fake corona. Original corona is the scientific name for the common cold. Novel means it's made in a laboratory. The Sears and the AIDS attached to it shows Dr. Fauci back from AIDS autoimmune. He's the number one paid government official, pig, person in government. Seriously, number one paid official, pig, person in government. Remember back, you guys ever, is anybody old enough to remember, hey, you're going to remember Eddie Murphy? Next thing I guess you do, your stinging ain't going to blow up. Everybody freaked out about having sex, that you were going to die. A virus is not even alive. It's insane how they've been able to pull this over. Well, they bank on your idiocracy. That you will not, your ignorance, basically. I call that ignorance. Maybe I don't call it because people get offended by that. It's the same word. But idiocracy or idiot or ignorant or ignoramus is the same thing. They don't mean anything different. They're exactly like angel. The word angelos and the word messenger are the same thing. An angel doesn't have wings. That's not what an angel is. An angel is a messenger. Okay. Los angelos, whatever. Remember Christ, he visited as a messenger. At the island of Patmos, he visited John. He gave him that message, that apocalypse. Remember, the letter to the seven churches, my favorite. I am Revelation. I am apocalypse. Anyways, they arrested me under that, but it's a legal arrest because it's crimes of commerce. I'm not some revised statute. I'm not a statute. I'm always operating in a private capacity and never in commerce. But you are, because you're a capital letter name. It says it on your birth certificate. It's a credit. It's called a merchant number back to the queen. You just don't understand it because they're banking again on your ignorance. This time, yeah, I got it. Turn that around there. Hold on, do a little change. So straw man, that's right. They made a movie about you, and that is your straw is what it is. It's your capital letter name. They're taking that from birth, and they're taking the credit from a merchant number. It's not a straw man, but that's what it's called. They made it. It's about you. They made a movie about you. You that won't take this as a child, and you're a tin man. Remember, if you only had a heart, you'd realize that the heart is filled with wickedness. And tin man or straw man, if you only had a brain, you'd figure it out. But they bank on the fact with their flying monkey Wizard of Oz law, right? Yeah, they're kangaroo courts and flying, I'll get you and your little dog Toto too, right? Remember, it's fear of the big screen. Fear of the big screen. Remember, it's Fauci back there. It's Trump back there pushing this fake fucking, look, you get this bullshit. Corona, scientific name, common cold. Novel corona, SARS, MERS, whatever. You get it 100%. You don't have any existing conditions. Your survival rate is 99.8%. That's not a fucking national emergency. Lock up Donald John Trump. He's a fucking criminal. How much hundreds of millions of dollars were funneled to Hillary for prison, and then she sat 3 bodies away from him as inaugural dinner. I got more dirt on Donald Trump than anybody on this walks this rock. I blast this dude on a public page now for months, years. I warned about Donald Trump even before he came into office because he'd been saying that since the 80s. You know, remember he said, I'm inventing a microscopic line of camels and I'm sparing no expense. I know you couldn't be any more blasphemous than that, could you? No, remember, I can't sin, all these. How did I know? Well, fuck, the Simpsons haven't let me down yet. I got all the best study tools. Yeah, the Simpsons. You don't use the Simpsons as a study tool? You should use the Simpsons, man. They have never let me down. He'll be laying in that coffin, remember? Down. Maybe they'll do the rebirth of the deadly head wound that was healed in Scripture. Play as above, as so is below. What dirt do I got? He declared a fake national emergency, usurping the short-term, long-term, and medium-term FDA trials, which normally takes to bring a jab, a dab, a dooski, a whack the nation. Are you a female? You ever had a guy tell you, hey, honey, let me put in just the tip? How'd that work out for you, honey? You ended up getting the whole shaft, didn't you? That's how virology works. A virus is not a living organism, so it's a scam. It was novel. Novel means man-made, not released out of a fucking lab. Oh, shit. Yeah, they don't. AIDS is Fauci. Virus is not alive. Research it right now. You're just an idiot. They're banking on your ignorance back then, and they did. They pulled it off for years. The whole fucking world missed it. I'm a military veteran. Go fuck yourself, people who don't fucking listen to this. A virus is not a living organism, but if you're ever exposed to a nuclear, biological, chemical environment, you have to cover your eyes. They're wet, and your ears. Fuck you. You're an idiot. Where are all these, I made memes during the COVID to try to keep my sanity. Oh, my neighbors wore his mask so many times that it's dirty. Should I turn him in for public safety? I mean, it was so stupid. Oh, the science is behind this is like throwing grapes through a chain link fence. I mean, there was no. It said right on this stupid thing, Corona doesn't stop, and Corona is just a common cold. That's all Corona is. Corona was signaling the coming of their Antichrist. You fucking idiots. The Antichrist. There's two kings, two crowns. That was when your enemy surrounds you. Just like in Scripture, I'll send the sword, the famine, the pestilence, of the beast. I've sent so much biblical that you guys don't see how multifaceted what they do. Like a diamond, shine bright like a diamond. More faceted, the more you shine, right? Don't shine or revive another. That's not what he said. So, diamond in the rough, eh? Yeah, you and me both. A lot of licks in this life, right? More chances to shine. Put it at the top of the house, not above others. He said, Hado, same narrow way. Your taxes paid for the gain of function research. Thank you. This goes back. Thank you for bringing all this. Some of us aren't fools, so you guys know. So I'm not here trying to convince any idiots or anybody who's ignorant enough not to even look into any of this. Look up, is a virus alive? It's not alive. You can't catch something that's fucking dead. If there's a virus sitting there on the counter and it's dead, how the fuck are you going to catch something? I mean, you got the brain of a fly, left brain and right brain. Apparently you ain't using either side. Left or right. There's no limit to what you can use on your brain. People are idiots. Oh yeah, there's so much you can use your brain. Yeah, like a restrictor. That's called the word retarded. It got you screwed back. That word is froward. To twist, change, or pervert. You're fucking perverted. I'm telling you. You just allowed this shit. So, oh yeah, the next Unabomber. I could have shot 3 fucking cops on my property. You fucking piece of shit. I protect this nation with my mouth, not with weapons, you fucking idiot. Redress grievances. First ballots, then bullets, dumbass. There's a reason why the First Amendment comes first. And yeah, you can thank me for your First Amendment right. Well, Congress, you should thank. Congress shall establish no law prohibiting the exercise of free speech and of the press and of religion. So you're just an idiot, just like all these other people who just give their authority over this merchant number and get ass raped by Big Bob, get triple double stuff, and pay to get fucking raped in the face and have taint breath. And pay them. You're paying them to do that. And you're sending the rest of the money to Ukraine and Iran and pay Venezuelans to stay in Ohio for $30,000 to get in a fucking 2-bedroom apartment, and it's all but furnished, no electric bill, no power bill, no water bill, as there's dying fucking children in the streets of America. Fuck you if you support this system. You're a fucking pile of dung. Just absolute smell like pig shit. Swine. Get them out of here. Get them up against the wall. I don't want to hear this shit. We're supposed to stand up to this. Shiloh, do you know what the term halakha is? Or Haggadah? You know anything about the Pharisees? They created their big boy club, kind of like Mr. Chump with all his buddies with this fake national emergency where the survival rate, if you did not have an existing conditions and you 100% got it, was 99.8%. I do everything by the number. How do we know if it was working? Would the survival rate go up to 99.9? What a fucking scam artist. He will declare this national emergency in days, and he's going to fucking tariff the BRICS nations 100%. That means you're going to have to reach twice as far in your pocket. You think the shippers I've been in, I've had a city, I've gave all that away. I'm not ever going to make any money for I used to could, but he said, come out of her people. I'm always operating in a private capacity, never in commerce. So fuck them. And fuck you if you support these. You're a pig. Pig liquor is what you are. You're a bootlicker if you support these commerce cops. and support these fake judges. There's only one judicial court in America, Article 3 court under Title 18, not subsection or substatute. That's code. It's not hard. It's not complicated. It's very simple. It actually is elementary, but they bank on your ignorance, just not knowing. Well, now, just like the Diddy parties, we already knew that this dude and all his clowns and all these people in Hollywood were doing this shit. This is the time. I can't believe that, you know, people who have had a master's and go further in law and all this constitutional have not discovered this. This wasn't the time, brothers, sisters. History was made the other day on 12, your lunar orgy calendar. It's 5785, not 2024. You might want to get with the times. Christ was born when the shepherds were in the field with the sheep. You're just an idiot. The new year does not start in January. New life starts when new year starts when the new life. You're just twisted. That's the word perverted, or change, or to that's Hebrew for froward. You're froward. Everything. You're a translator. You go after a transgender Jesus, born in a manger, and your system is supported by the mega war machine for candy. So you eat hella-day candy and poison yourself. So if you think this government gives a fuck about you, all they do is, remember, number one earnings in 2020, Pfizer, Johnson & Johnson, and Moderna. The number one drug dealer ever, Donald Trump, Trump. He created the jab, took total responsibility, usurped the short, medium, and long-term FDA trials, right, using the Emergency Authorization Use Act by declaring that national emergency in 50 states. And how was it a national emergency again? When the survival rate was 99.8%, it was meant to take out small businesses, which it did. That's why I stood for the businesses. I think we were the only one who actually stood up against OSHA. Remember, I held protests against this police department. Get off your fucking lazy ass, you pigs. Do something for this fucking community. You're just thugs anyways. Just call you out. Why not? Elected Sheriff Michael Taylor, do you realize you have more authority than the fucking OSHA? This ain't even in the feds and all these. Go look at the Hammonds, right? Look what was done by them. That's the state of Oregon, what they did to me. But the elected sheriff, yeah, he was going over to speak to the elected sheriff and John Day. But thank you, LaBoy, for your service to this country. But in the case of Nevada and the Bundys, the Fed, right, got to get their asses run off by the elected sheriff. Say, get the fuck out of here, feds. You're just some alphabet soup agency. I hold more authority. Get the fuck out of here. And they had to leave. Even higher than the DOJ, brothers, sisters. Most elected sheriffs didn't know that. So I tried to bring that to the attention of Michael Taylor and said, hey, look, dumbass, get up off your fucking pig ass and do something in this fucking town. Now's your chance to do something. This lady wants to keep her business open during the COVID. We want you to come over here and tell OSHA to fuck off and go somewhere else. I have provided her, because my prior law enforcement and understanding that she will not be arrested. Okay. I, after told her, you know, it elevated. First, we tried to get them involved. They wouldn't. They would no answer, no. Just like now, no response. These are fucking pieces of shit out here. They don't give a fuck about this community. We're losing our 911 in a matter of days. All they care about is extorting the fucking community. Okay, apologize for so much cursing, but it's just, you know, I try to get him to stand, get the elected sheriff, Michael Taylor, failure sheriff to unprotect. Remember, he wasn't protecting the community from Lily letting that rapist run around. And this all happens when my son gets in trouble. Do you wonder why all this happens in your life, Tracy? It'll come out in Supreme Court. It was sheer targeting my son. And hey, whatever, I have the right to redress grievances is what I was doing, peacefully held into protests, which we had a city council member. We said a prayer. Nobody was violent. We just wanted them to get up off their fucking lazy asses and protect our businesses, like Kathy, because that's what I was pissed about, is that not for the first time, Kathy's business, she was middle class, remember, the COVID didn't get into the fucking mega box, brick and block. Remember, they stayed open, but you little fucking Taekwondo dojo, you might make things out of driftwood. No, you got to shut your fucking business down. You got to restrict your hours. Do you understand what I'm saying? This was not right, brothers. It's the middle class is the backbone of this country. Fuck these businesses that employ big box, Target, Walmart, all these Safeway, all that shit stayed open. Oh, the Walmart went back, but they stayed the fuck open. 2 to 3 million. And this wasn't the first time I asked these fucking sheriffs. Now, I protested from the beginning. I try to get this community with me. People say, I don't give a fuck, man. I'm doing what I'm going to do. I don't care. People, some of us do. People in our country and communities might like us, but we care about our country and the community and the people within it, whether they like us or not. We're not motivated by what they say. We're motivated by a higher power that's inside us that knows that we need to be not the silent majority when we have authority. We need to apply it like it's the duty of the people under the Declaration of Independence to redress grievances. The Constitution, notice the First Amendment comes first. Congress shall establish no law prohibiting the exercise of free speech, of the press, and of religion. Okay? First Amendment first, redress grievances. If they don't get out, we fucking get and have a heavily regulated armed militia, and we go overthrow them with our arms. And I'm not calling for that because I'm out in the fucking woods. When you motherfucking dumbasses are trying to do that, because this country is going to be overrun and burnt with fire like it says in scripture, but anyways, it is what it is. I'm out in the woods enjoying brook trout and eating squirrels that I trapped, and I don't want any of this. I'm a pacifist now. I have been trained to take a man's life with my own hands. I'm an expert marksman. On my DD-214, I don't miss. I double tap. I will hit you in your chest because I shoot center mass, and I accidentally double tap you in your nose. Just because that is how I do it. I can't help. Go look at my paper targets. You'll see 30 rounds in Honolulu, Hawaii, certifying by Special Weapons and Tactics, by LAPD, Metro Police Department, one-handed combat reloading, shotgun, one hand, 30 out of 30 on the paper, right in the middle. Center mass. I don't aim. I shoot from the hip. So normally this is not shoot from the hip here, brothers and sisters. I'm using my voice, okay? I have that constitutional right. That's what we should do. We should not go down as the silent majority. If you want to be that in history, people walked right to their deaths during World War II, right in the smokestacks, brothers and sisters, and people watched that happen. I'm not going to be the silent majority. I will not. I will stand up for this. I don't like what this country does, but there's good people who need somebody to be their voice. I just happened, Father appointed me for that. I didn't, this isn't me. They should have killed me that day. Whatever, they brought 30 plus men with guns, all these Bearcats, all the same shit that I asked them to bring against to protect Kathy. They fucking turn against me all these years later and bring this same fucking car, said turn it against me. I'm trying to help Kathy. Kathy comes to me, she says, Tracy, I know you used to be in law enforcement. I know you'd be a cop and all that, and I don't like that, but I need your expertise in law. I want to keep this business open. If I close again, Tracy, I'm not going to be able to keep this, this restricted hours. We're a small town. I said, I understand, Kathy. I've managed restaurants, 5-star. I've done all this. I understand, paper products. You can't just throw all this stuff up. These paper supplies have to come from somewhere. All this, I got you, Kathy. I understand. We'll try to get the sheriffs to come out here and do something and help you. We'll try to notify them that we need support from you. This isn't the first time we're closing down. We're 2 to 3 million small businesses, just like Kathy at the farmhouse here in Lake County, Oregon, in Christmas Valley, had to restrict her hours. You take away one plate from this small town. It's a blink you miss it town. It hurts us. So I was calling on the support of the elected sheriff who didn't probably understand his actual authority, where I told Kathy, hey, if we can't get the sheriffs involved, OSHA doesn't have any authority over you. They can only give you a notice to appear in front of one of these judges down here in the southern portion of the state. Nobody's going to go to jail, Kathy. I'll step in front of them. I'll get arrested if that's the case. Okay. I will make sure that I won't violate you and whatever. They'll be more sidetracked by me, and they can't. Kathy, they can't. All they can do is give you a notice to appear in front of the magistrate. That's all it is. And he's not even judicial at this point. Man, it's dumping snow out there. I wonder if my kitty's wanting in. Hold on. I think my dog heard the kitty at the door. What are you hearing, guys? You hear the coyotes? I'll let you in. Let me know. Come to the door when you're ready. Let Dad know. So, okay. Either way, where I'm at right now is I'm trying to teach people, a little strange, at least coming from something who just got here. Well, I don't give a shit what you think, Shannon. This case is going to be federal, and you might think it's strange, but Christmas is not Jesus. Jesus wasn't his name. He wasn't born in a manger. He wasn't 3 years old. This is all changed, perverted. Even this is a corporation. It's not a constitutional republic. It seems strange because you're just okay with everything that's going on. And much love, just putting the narrow way on you. I can, so nice. I seem nice. The word nice, Fishing Kid 103. I hope you're at least 18 means to be stupid. So I'm not here to be nice. So if you're a child, please leave. That means to be 7. So if you're a child, please leave. I don't care if you're an adult. So yes, it's 5785. Thank you. It's not some orgy calendar where the birth of the sun god in the middle of the winter they call Jesus. That's Satan. So, are you a child? Put your age in the chat right now. Okay, you're an adult. You can stay in here. So, oh, I understand I need medicine. Here we go with the same thing, guys. Now watch. See, they always try to get the farm guy. Donald Trump, we'll go back to the conversation here. You know, the big farm guy, record earnings in 2020. See, right back to this person needs drugs. See, #1 drug dealer. He'll get you. How many times did you take the booster? Did you take the booster? Did you get how many boosters did you take? You guys, I feel like we got people are boosted in here. Did you get all 5? So probably you feel a little comfortably numb, aren't you? Yep, that's why they bank on your ignorance. There was no, a virus is not a living organism. Guys, I'm prior law enforcement. I'm going to put your guts back in your fucking body before the paddy wagon shows up if you don't make it. Or maybe the emergency room doctor will get you in time. But I know first responders. I have all the same certification. You're not going to fool me. I've studied MD and ND. I've studied for 30 years. They study for 12. All scrolling. I said about viruses, but I know enough of the other stuff to say the truth. Please research. Willie, it's not that hard. Willie, look up right now. It's that you can debunk this. I put out a meme during the fucking virus. I debunked the virus in 30 seconds. Google, is a virus a living organism? Is a virus alive? No. Is a virus alive? Look at it. See what it says. Even ask their platform. That's theirs. Ask the Google gods. There's DuckDuckGo. There's all these other, venues. You could be, you're threatening the screen right now? There's no threatening anybody, Coda. Get out of here. You're an idiot. I know the rest of what you said is true. So anyways, the rest, don't divide anything like anything I say. Research and don't discern all things. A virus is okay. Let's go into ND. Anybody studying nutritional doctor, nutritional medicine, health, nutrition, not MD, 2 snakes up a pole, sew your fucking leg on if you cut it off. MD, medical doctor, ND, nutritional doctor, guys. Have you ever studied virology, autoimmune, any health, nutrition? Your body has auto-3 immune responses. Okay, we'll go through this. Make this elementary for you. And doctors learn, MDs learn a bit, but they don't care. They just care about this dumbass coming here trying to put me on, tell me I need medicine, put me on a script. Okay? So, why are you praying for me? Don't pray for me. Don't pray for me, idiot, Coda. Tell me, define what the word pray means, and maybe I'll let you pray for me. Give me the definition of pray. Scripturally, biblically, not religiously, idiot, Coda. Give me the definition of pray. I'm going to make an example of you. Let's use definition. He said, I am the aletheia, the hodos, the aletheia, the rizza, the way, the truth, the light. Let's see if you're a translator or literally can speak any definition, any Greek, any Hebrew. Fuck religions. They're all vanity. They're all vain. I speak the aletheia by definition. One word study. Teach you how to do it here and teach you how to get your cross more than anything. It's all that matters. So it's not a problem that you misconstrued everything that everyone says to you. It's not a problem that I misconstrue. Shannon, please leave. Get out of here. Go, Shannon. Don't let the door hit you on the way out. If you put anything else in here, I'll just moderate you. We moderate 18,000 people at least a month. So I don't need you. Okay, say once again, it's troubling that anyone would believe or listen to a man whose eyes can be seen. So you care more about your eyes. I do streams fucking outside, you dumb fucking idiot corporate capital letter woman. I guess you're a woman. I don't know if Shannon's could be a man's name. So I mean, you're an idiot. Look at what you just said. You got to be, so, you know, for your own. I don't understand. Why are you staying here? Why would you stay in here? You keep staying here listening to me. Nobody's forcing you. God sent you here. Give him all the glory. Don't give me anything comes out of my mouth that's normally out of that book. Do you speak anything out of scripture? Do you speak any definition? Do you have a lexicon, concordance? Do you study anything? So don't sit here and tell me. I hold the classroom in here. I'm a teacher, so I don't know what your issue is, but I don't support anybody who won't just shut the fuck up and listen when somebody's trying to teach them. If you don't speak any definition, you're just a translator. There's difference translation and transliteration. What do you want to get me on medicine again or something? Snakes up a pole, get me to get some side effects. I study nutrition, nutritional. I'm a first responder. I'm a prior Army veteran. I went through and did my traffic reconstruction in Oklahoma City at the Highway Patrol Academy so I can learn how to reconstruct. You're just not up to speed, I guess. It's okay. Stay here, Shannon. Okay, so are you supporting Shannon? Okay, so Shannon, put something in here worth value. You're going to have a chance, and he said, don't sup with vipers, don't cash her. If you can't produce fruit, put something in here for the chat. Fuck me, this ain't about me. Eyes, you dumb fucking, I mean, you're dumb. You haven't gone even back and looked at any of these channels to see how many hours, because you can't see my eyes. And he warned about two things. Idolism and imagery. I'm only letting you stand here because to make an so we're going to gain rally of support. Okay, hold on. Let's take a number. Let's see how many people support Shannon. It doesn't matter. God creates all things. Shannon's making an ass of herself. It's called brutish in nature. I've already taught her. She just doesn't, obviously, him or her. I don't know. It's be anything in this day. Transgender Jesus. People think Jesus was born in a manger, and it, you know, they were what? He was 3 years old when they came into Bethlehem, huh? Not a baby. That's the celebration of birth. People are idiots. So big ups to the Shannon Mail. Okay, Shannon Mail Sports. Much love to me. There we go. You couldn't be much more of an idolater right there. Bye-bye, Shannon. You just proved my point. There's two kinds of people on this world, brothers and sisters, service to self and service to others. Shannon is obviously a lover of self. It says in the end of the days, their agape will be pornea. She loves herself. They'll be lovers of self. It says that in scripture, does it not? In the end of days, they'll be lovers of self. That's agape is love, and self is idolatry or pornea. Their agape will be pornea, or their agape will be idolatry. And just speaking it in Greek, you just don't speak any of these others. So anybody else supporting Shannon, so we can get your dumb asses out of here? Because if you're brutish too and you support that idiot who supports self and just loves self, the birth of self, it could be the most vain thing you can possibly do on this rock. Celebrate self. Good job. The birth of self is the most disgusting, filthy fucking thing. And there's only 2 birth dates in all of scripture. That's what's wrong with the religions. We don't celebrate birthdays. There never was a birthday. They didn't celebrate birthdays. Look at all these people who celebrate birthdays. What a bunch of fucking idiots. Satanists. The adversary means the adversary to the Hamashiach, to Christ. You're either with Christ or you anti-Christ. You change one jot away from the original aletheia, you are anti-Christ. He is pure light. You can't defile him. If you do, you have raped his A and B hole. Well, his words, his letters. So show yourself who supports this idiocracy and who is supporting an apostate nation like Israel that's going fucking bombing Iran. Your fucking nation is not the Israel that it says in scripture. I hope you're not one of those fake Jews. Oh, they were fake Jews in World War II, just so you know, because it's not some physical Jew. It's a spiritual Jew. Fuck Israel. That's not the Israel it speaks about in the book of the Apocalypse, Revelation. Remember? He's in Jeremiah, right? Hear what the Lord say, Israel. He's not talking about it's a spiritual Israel. There is no physical Israel. Protect Israel. I rebuke Israel because Israel is an apostate nation. 2,600 years ago, God said, let vengeance be mine. And you got your Iron Dome, but as soon as you shoot one fucking round outside your border, you've broken the covenant of let vengeance be mine. So I rebuke Israel. That is not the Israel that it speaks about in Christian, Christian. Where did that come from? In scripture, brothers and sisters, in the book of Revelation, it is all flesh. Jews and Gentiles. They're not a nation. It's not some physical fucking anything. You're an idiot. So if you believe that something is in your head, believe is not a thought in your head. You just think that you believe, and that is not a thought. Believe is not, it's not a thought. So go believe yourself somewhere else. That's not a nation that it speaks about in the book of Revelation, calling out Israel, his bride. So I rebuke all those people there who put themselves, remember, they believe that somebody's below them, just like infidels, like Muslims. So I rebuke all those fake Jews. I am a misguided soul, and may God a title, which is not his name, find and bring him to your heart. He said our hearts is continuously filled with wickedness. Get out of here, BM. You don't know the scripture. You've never read it. I can tell. You just believe some mammon babbling bullshit. Get out of here. Leave. I'm having fun. You are so sweet, and let me teach. All right, teach. You rebuke my profane language. Go fuck yourself. This is called plucking the U-bow, you fucking idiot. Pluck. You have any history? They cut their bird finger, flipping the bird, so they couldn't pluck the U. Shut the fuck up and get out of here. You just don't know your history. I don't like cursing. Go look 6 months ago. You can find 1,000 hours of me never cursing once. Get the fuck out of here. I had the state police swat my fucking house, kidnap my fucking daughter. I've suffered a stroke. My vision is ruined. My ministry is ruined. I can curse. Paul was a mass murderer of Christians. Go fuck yourself. Get out of here. I'm just trying to, it's okay. I'm filthy rags. I don't get the chance to choose whether I go to heaven or not, because heaven's not in the sky, you idiots. And earth is not below your feet. When God made the heaven and the earth in the book of Genesis, it's not above your head. It's not below your feet. So I'm not going to argue with any of the trolls. I'll stop addressing the trolls and go back to learning. Using such profane language makes you sound even more unintelligent. That's your about scripture. Okay, Tig, now you can leave. If you put anything, I'm going to ask you nicely. If you're some upright standing man, you'll peacefully leave. Those warning, brothers, sisters. I read the book of Matthew 10:34 through 39. No scripture before you start quoting things, okay? And please, yeah, careful. The last words that he said in Revelation don't add a jot or a tittle. So just please listen. I'm asking you nicely to go. And if you are a peaceful man, as you say, you'll just leave. You don't put anything else. But if you have to, because you're so care about my cursing in here, remember, if you'll just back off and you'll go away. Girl, don't go away mad. Just go away. Okay? So anyways, moving on. So I don't mean to curse, brothers and sisters. Go back 6 months ago. I have thousands of hours without me cursing. You don't need to mix God's words with this, but I'm standing up for the Constitution of the America right now. And I know too that, that's still one nation under God, but I'm trying, brothers and sisters. They stole my fucking son from me. He's on the run now. He should have already been brought to trial, and this should have already been taken care of. They've delayed this, which is a violation of my Sixth Amendment. His, Miranda, mine, adequate counsel. I know my rights, so I apologize for the cursing. Am I sorry? Fuck you. Hell no, I'm not. Go fuck yourself. Leave. This ain't some time. They're about to release another national fucking emergency. We got goddamn drones flying over our fucking heads. Where obviously this is them. This is Trump doing that, just so you know. Red and green fucking lights. There's no strategic, Those people who believe a man be a woman, but think no. I don't like to, guys. Please go back and see my content. I will show you that I didn't curse. And it hurts my heart because I know it's not, the word doesn't need cursing. I know that. I'm a veteran. I used to think it was okay. Well, I'm a veteran. I get to, cuss and sailor. But I learned to curve that when I was talking about God's word. It never needs a curse word. So this is more constitutional right now. That's why if you look, it's, this commerce, and it is one nation under God, okay? It truly is, and God is just a title, but I'm standing up for the right of the people, and I apologize for the cursing. Hey, I got to get their attention some way, guys, I go to Israel and preach Christ to them. You'll get the same warm reception you'll get from Muslims. Thank you, Willie. Thank you. Who did that special over there? Willie, did you see that? Did you see that special over there? That person maybe it was Trace Smith. Somebody went over there and showed. They spoke, and it was real unbiased. They went and spoke to everybody over there. Kind of did a man on the street like I used to do on Truth Viral and some of the other been on this platform, guys, in there a dozen years. So been doing this for a long time, fighting this neuter gender it be system. So I'm eternal, Fishing Ken. I'll never end. I'm in my 50s now, but I'm potentially one of the oldest people that walk this rock because I don't ever end. I'm always birthed on the line. If you go back and you study my, this celestial understanding, you'll see what I'm talking about, how I'm here. I'm a magi, meaning I understand astrology and astronomy, and I don't make predictions. These are cycles, and they ride the cycle of the extinction cycles and these half cycles, these Heinrich cycles, this Kali Yuga cycle, there's 13 months, not 12, but they have everybody all in some other time. This is a very special time where time is overlapping itself right now, whether you understand it or not. The reset, that's the serpent, that's the Ouroboros, that's the corona, that's the crown. That's why they signal the crown. They come into the time overlapping, the serpent eating its own tail. That's the porthole. That was the birth of Vesica Pisces, of the king. They have their king. We have our king with a key. See, it's all about two kings. It's all about the crown. It's all about the lifting, Shiloh. It's all about the lifting of the smoke out of the pit. They're going to do a fake smoke pick ritual and an opening of the scrolls, brothers, sisters, before the real one. That's what Donald Trump is going to bring in. I'm going to tell you right now, I don't doubt my understanding. I've watched their white papers like a madman. I understand this. I've been studying these people for 30 plus years. You can call them whatever you want, but the government is the money. 40% of the world's wealth is held by 8 families that have rode these cycles out to keep this control they have over the masses. And they do it, in this case, by commerce, going back to an old merchant, number and changing this original, which is a violation of our Constitution. We were a Declaration of Independence from serfdom, from this queen, but they brought us back under this corporation, now not a constitutional republic. So this is how they get away with this. What I'm doing right now is fighting the state of Oregon with my mouth and with my Constitution rights. And so I apologize for the cursing. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. This is, I'm not desperate at all. I have faith like Daniel. I will take down Clerk Vandenberg. I already subjugated the money in this case. There's no case under all crimes or crimes of commerce under the corporation called America, under sub statute or revised statute, which have not been legislated through judicial, legislative, and executive. Therefore, executive orders are not constitutional, just like Donald Trump's fake national emergency using an executive order. You can't do that. That is serfdom. That is queen, and they're doing it to people and they don't even know. He does it. All of them do it. They don't care. So, hey, catch a fish. That'd be better than fighting. You got 2 modes, brothers, sisters, very soon. It's fight or flight, and I'm not wanting you to fight with anybody. Please find a way to become self-sufficient, not relying on the system. That is the new way. You know what I'm saying? This is the new way. The new way is back to just like fishing, kid. Don't worry about this world. You're young, 18. And there's nothing in this world that's so important right now. You don't need wealth. You don't need anything. You need a skill set right now, and you need to be able to move within your own system. Try to form community with people who are like-minded, who can skin a buck or run a trout line, can go into the woods and feed themselves without a Piggly Wiggly or a Safeway or Walmart or Starbucks or any of these things, these conveniences. 3 generations ago, a man or woman could go out into what we call nature and not be lost. Okay, they used to navigate by the stars. People weren't even afraid of the dark. It was cooler at dark to move in the desert, right? All these things, forgotten skill set. Get your skill set up. It's very hard for a young generation. My son's 25, but I really care about the future of our country, the youth. They will be the ones who will have to deal with our stupidity that we didn't take care of. Like, we should have let the economy collapse back in 2008 when it totally tanked. Bear Stearns, Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, all this collapse should have, instead of papering it over, because we now take from people like Fishing Kid. and the generations that are not even born. People are like, oh, well, that's politics. Shut the fuck up about politics. I don't like none of them because they spend our future's money called a bond and a treasury. They have no future already before they were ever born. They used to at least eat the fucking kids. You know, I'm not saying that, do shit to them, but now we just don't even, they got 3 strikes when they come into this world before they even get here. Fuck Donald Trump. He spent more money than any other president in the history of the United States. Obama, he spent more than Obama. He took over office, his buddy Barry, or behind buddy, or whatever, 2 pedophiles to the same pot or whatever file or whatever they are. They're all in the same, 2 wings to the same dragon, 2 cheeks to the same hole. So either way, he spent all 43 presidents combined spent $9 trillion since the history of the inception of, this whole debt crap that they've got us in, which is totally illegal. All money should be printed in gold and silver without interest by the Treasury, not by central banks. This is all illegal. This is all commerce. This is all Donald Trump supporting this and all his stinky muskrat buddy and all these banksters. The banks are the government, brothers, sisters. That's who's controlling. There's people behind closed doors that you don't see and hear. These are fronts, although Donald John Trump is the kingpin in this case. He's going to bring in, he is their front man. He's their joker. He's Giannis. He says one thing and always does the opposite. He's going to put Hillary Clinton in jail. She sat 3 bodies away from him. He made hundreds of millions of dollars on that scam. He loves cops. He's going to bring in this red flag gun law already, which he's passed to fruition when he brings the military to your door. You think they're looking for Venezuelans? Don't you remember World War II where they interned American citizens? Americans born citizens. If you're not 18, you got to go fishing, kid. If you're not 18, this isn't 18. Oh, this is a filtered stream. YouTube, you fucking piece of shit letting kids come in here. Fuck you, YouTube. You're supposed to filter this shit. It is what it is. Got to go fishing, kid. Please don't make me moderate you. Just go if you're not 18. Anybody in the chat that's not 18, please leave us an adult-only stream. So I'm trying to protect your rights. I am standing up for you. I take, come back when you turn 18, please. I can't, it is. I have to respect minor children. God said he'd be better to have a millstone tied around your neck and to be cast into the sea than hurt one hair on my children's head. And that's not just 18. I appreciate you coming in. Thanks for coming by. Hope you learned something. So anyways, thank you so much, brothers, sisters, for your time, your tithe of time. This is a tough time to be in history, but this is a very unique time in history, okay? I care about the future of this country. I care about the younger generations where we're spending their generation's money now by getting stimulus checks and sending money to Ukraine. And they just sent $20 billion more to Ukraine. And I have been standing up for the right of this country. And I cannot even get counsel. They cannot afford me counsel after 6 months after swatting my house. I have the land that I have up for sale that I own. I'm trying to do the best I can. It's tough times. People aren't, I got it at market value. I have everything I own up for sale. It's like right now, I'm $80 short because they make me drive to a fucking trial that they didn't even have. I'm the only one out to drive. It's 2 hours away. And there was no trial. And they knew that already. And they made me drive down there, pay for gas. I took 2 witnesses and bought them lunch. They had to drive somebody go pick them up fucking 5 o'clock in the morning, even if I have the money or not. I mean, I have it, but I would have bought them burritos or from the taco truck. We're up here, ain't nothing like that. So these people have put me out, man, and I'm trying to do the best I can. I get a little stressed. It is, but I don't care about money, brothers, sisters. It ain't about any of this. I'm talking about a subrogation of millions, of hundreds of millions of dollars in this case that I've taken from this corporation, because I don't want it to go into war and to strap and tuck kids in America so they can change their gender and all. This is disgusting. I will not stand by and be just silent about this. I know my rights. I know my constitutional rights. Trudeau wants to take our farm. Listen to this, brothers, sisters, please. Listen right now. Thank you, Willie, for your testimony. Listen to this motherfucker up here, Justin, Castro, Trudeau. They're all, this family. It's the same head. You know that, Willie. Thank you for my brothers and sisters to the north, guys. You better fucking pay attention. It's already drones over your head. Thank you, Willie, for getting me lined out. And I'm not for, the whole... I'm sure, Willie, you're already subscribed to Nate up there at Canadian Prepper. Guys, let's take a moment to thank our Canadian brothers and sisters for saying, fuck you, we're not taking your stupid jab, and we're going to hold a peaceful protest with our trucker. I had a CDL. I just gave it up here recently because I'm never going to make any money for commerce. I haven't used it in a long time. But those truckers said, nope, we're not taking your jab. And they held protests peacefully, which they are allowed, even in Canada, in the provinces, all those up there. Thank you, brothers and sisters of Canada, for being a fine example to this fucking world that we're not going to, take this bullshit, twisted system, motherfucker. And they held beautiful, showing what it's like, how resilient that these Canadians are, okay? And held this, they took their fucking, and they were going after their kids because they had them in their cabs, guys. I'm a CDL driver. I'm not anymore. I gave it away. They weren't, literally, if you supported this shit, brothers, sisters, that wasn't shit. My bad. If you supported it, even you gave $50 out of your bank account for supporting this trucker, peaceful, which they have the right up there too, not at the rights that we're afforded. And we're going to go into the Second Amendment right in a minute, because this is First Amendment protests. There are some, remember Magna Carta, all these, even though they're the Queen, but they're still rights. There is still what we know as a constitution in Canada. Listen, brothers, sisters, if you gave $50 to that truckers support for truckers, they debited all your fucking money out of your account. And everybody's forgot about that. They went in there and stole these motherfuckers' fuel. They were trying to keep warm in the middle. These are Canadians, but now not most Canadians do live towards the border. It's still very northern. Okay, I've lived in Alaska. Okay, I've been in, and I'm not saying, but a lot of the upper northern regions of the Canadians, most of them live, but they're still very hardened people because they live in they're north. They are what I don't mean Nordic, but they are Nordic type people. And so that hardens us, brothers, sisters. The hard makes us cold, or the cold makes us hard as hell, man. Go look back through our history. This rock is a frozen ball 97% of the times. And although warmth does make population grow, when we have long periods of cold, which we normally do on this rock, that's when our nations and we as a people become although it's not as easy to survive, it does harden us, okay? But either way, I appreciate that these truckers have held a protest against their government, saying, okay, no more of this jab shit. We're moving shit without, we don't need jabs to move product, okay? We're going to move this without your, and the government held all this it's ridiculous. But anyways, I make a long story short, okay? If you supported that protest, okay, they debited all your money out of your account. That's insane, okay? Just to show you how tyrannical Justin Castro, because they're family, they're related. I call him that, Trudeau, or whatever Will called him, because he's a fucking tyrant, guys. The whole thing up there is just absolutely tyrannical, and you're seeing an example of what can happen right here in America. So let's lead into that. Let's thank our Canadian brothers to the north, if you're in America, for showing you, being an example of what should have happened here in America. They were hardened people. They went out there in the middle of the winter and held peaceful protests. I don't like the word peace, but they did. They were nonviolent protests, and they brought their kids in there, and there was nothing wrong with that. And they went after these people's fucking kids, man, after taking their propane and their shit from so they couldn't even stay warm. You know what I'm saying? So it's chump. No thanks to our brothers. So it's okay, cool. So thank you, brothers and sisters, the Canadians, you're hardened people. I do appreciate. If you're not subscribed to Canadian Prepper, please go watch, I think, the best video that Canadian Prepper has ever done, and he has some of the best content on YouTube. He has the best survival gear on. He has his own company, and I don't think he does it for money. He does it. He said you can support his channel by buying his stuff so you can survive. I don't really think he makes, he has a large following, so I'm sure he can sustain. I made $30, guys, in 2 months off YouTube. He probably makes $300,000 in 2 months. I don't know. I don't have the life he has. I don't care. So, but anyways, thank you, brothers, Canadian hardened brothers to the north. Go see Nate at Canadian Prepper. He puts out, all right. Yeah, I can shout you out, kid, by getting you out of here. Goodbye. Thanks for your time. I told you to leave. Yes, pets too. Thank you, Willie. And their pets, guys. I took 4 tear gas canisters for my dogs. They wanted violence. I was like, hold on, I need to get some numbers for my dogs. I'll come out. Hold on, just let me get some. And they just kept pumping tear gas canisters in my house. So shot out all my windows, fucking shot out my windows in my motorhome. They're just tyrants, absolute pigs, like up there to the north. Just Gestapo. Oh, up there, they're just as bad. They're I feel really bad for how much restriction the Canadian brothers are. If they don't have the rights that we have. So anyways, let's get back to what Willie said. I do want to make a note, though, because I got some mental notes. Got to finish here what I already said. Go see Canadian Prepper, by far a superior video has ever put out that I believe that is just for the public. I mean, he's put out better videos, I'm sure, because his content is unstoppable with the Ukrainian war and what's going on over there in Russia. Nobody's covered it like nobody's covered it like Nate. Okay, he has a survival channel. He has the best survival product that I believe that you can get your hands to. He has those doctors that you can call, that you can get prescriptions where your doctor won't give you extras. These people are actually MDs, and they'll give you, shipped to your home, all these kits for all these basic, emergency kits. Man, I wish I had some of that stuff that Nate can. I wish I could get afford it, but I can't. So, but either way, the best video that Nate at Canadian Prepper has ever put out, in my eyes, which would, I believe, help you, would be his video on nuclear war. And he recently did that. So please go look on how to survive a nuclear war. Okay. And I appreciate how much Nate does for the community here at YouTube. And he's an absolute, just his vernacular is insane. That man his speech is just phenomenal. He is very well educated, a very, very, very well educated man. Look at his vernacular. It's just incredible. But I'm more of a simple man. I focus on law. I don't need to know all these other, but anyways, Nate put out that video. Go subscribe to Nate at Canadian Prepper and go check out that video he has on nuclear war, guys. They've already lit off, just to give you a little idea, about over 2,000 nuclear ordinances on this rock, and we're still all here. So it's going to be, most people are very afraid when they hear the word nuclear. So it's unfortunate that they're going to game off people's idiocracy or their ignorance with nuclear war too. And I'm sure that's coming. Like, for example, let me give you a little example on how this can be done. Executive Order 11004 allows the Federal Emergency Management Agency to relocate whole communities and put you into work camps. Now, if back in the time of Nagasaki, and Hiroshima, Japan, that was atomic. We have such thing as hydrogen, bunker buster. They don't put out a nuclear footprint, and what they do is we specialize this. I'm a fucking veteran, okay? Osama bin Laden was an oil tycoon, okay, who did deals with the Bushes, oil deals, okay? But Afghanistan, our longest war, they live in the hills, brothers, sisters, okay? Like the Afghani, and the Kush and the, what are we talking about here? All right, anyways, the desert land strains. But anyways, these are they're way deep, like Yemen and all these places. People don't realize how much structure is below, out of sight, out of mind. Okay, yeah, good luck taking it. Anyways, a bunker buster is what it takes, that energy, instead of pancaking out onto the surface using nuclear, hydrogen, right? Wouldn't be nuclear, atomic so they have other ways to create that mushroom cloud, which you're going to, with your phones, all freak out, kind of like with the drones. That's Trump doing that, and Elon Musk, just so you know. I'm going to call it first. It ain't our fucking military. It's Trump doing these fucking drones. He is with his stinky muskrat is red and blue, yeah, or red and green, yeah, right. I already told you he would do this, and they would do this. They're gaslighting you with the Aquarius sign. Take it as you will. Boats and drones. Boats and drones. Not boats and hoes, boats and drones. Aquarius, hello, water and air. Water and air, the age of Aquarius. Well, go to the man with his vessel pouring out the water on Fomahawk the fish, the age of the air. They're laughing at you, and so am I. It is what it is. It's kind of humorous where people have tried to come up with all. It's going to be multifaceted. It could be Iran. It could be us, but I guarantee it, Trump's behind it. So fuck you, Donald Trump, and fuck you, Stinky Muskrat, with your X bullshit. Okay, I already covered what this X is all about. So, okay, anyways, so remember I said we're at this point where it's going to declare this national emergency because we're that close. You might want to get ready. They have created they're going to do a fake pit ritual where the smoke rises and the scroll opens up to relieve this new technology, because we never, again, remember in Afghanistan, our longest war, we shoot bunker busters down into the ground to try to get these people out from underground, it shoots up that plume that makes that mushroom cloud. You'll all get it on your phones and think it's the end of the fucking world because you think nuclear is something they have nuclear that's not atomic. Okay, they have hydrogen, they have all these other technologies now that are not put out a radioactive footprint, but you'll freak the fuck out and they'll move everybody in that area. Watch how they want to move anybody they want. FEMA, Executive Order 11004, allows the Federal Emergency Agency, Emergency Management Agency to relocate whole communities. I put this out 10 fucking years ago, YouTube, and told you this was coming. And now we are days the fuck away from this happening. Yes, I did at Truth Viral Television, where the truth goes viral. Hi, I'm TV. Those are Truth Viral Television, where the truth goes viral. Find it. It's the oldest Truth Viral Television, where I put out Obama's 923 executive orders that, yes, one of those, it's the takeover of everything, all resources, all of it. Look up the, I used to smoke with people talking about this stuff. Made me wonder what I was doing with your life. Please leave, Rich. Don't talk about fucking drugs in here, you stupid fucking puke. Get out of here. Leave. What's this, some kind of conspiracy theory? You CIA fucking idiot? Get out of here. Leave. So anyways, brothers, sisters, this technology will allow them to use a bunker buster down into the ground, and instead of pancaking that uranium fucking or atomic or whatever, it's going to not have that footprint, but you'll get your fucking ass out of there and you'll go where they tell you. And there will be no, what are you going to get in there? They're going to shut the shit off. How are you going to know whether it's nuclear or not? You're not. They're going to start relocating people. He said he's going to do it. Walmart did it during World War II and turned American citizens, not born in another country, American motherfucking born citizens, and put them in a work camps. You don't think it hasn't happened before? It has. So shut the fuck up. Executive Order 11004 of the 923 executive orders under the Obama administration. Go look at the Truth Viral Television. It's the oldest Truth Viral on YouTube. Look at the video. It's shadow banned. I can't get into the channel. They took all the video count away. They've got it down to like 50 subscribers. I don't know what it is. It don't matter. It's still up. I don't know how. God willing, it's still up. Go look at Truth Viral Television. It's the oldest one. Find the oldest channel. Look up Obama's executive 923 orders, because there's a lot more that would tell you. I was telling you about this soft medical martial law that Trump did in the next administration. Oh, that's not going to come for another 5 administrations, Tracy. You're just fucking, kind of like whatever this dumbass Rich is saying, whatever, as this shit just keeps happening. Red team, blue team, Democrat, Republican, donkey, elephant, 2 wings to the same dragon, 2 cheeks to the same asshole. Rich, get the fuck out of here, man. Please leave. I don't even want to look at you. Go smoke your fucking dispensary fake fucking pot somewhere else. Okay? That's not cannabis. I'm a medicinal cannabis grower. You got Velcro ass. Keep smoking your fake fucking dispensary, rocket, space, fucking, that's not, or you do a bunch of jabs because you're speaking a bunch of nonsense. I don't even want to see you anymore. I'll rebuke your idiocracy. Go smoke your pole somewhere else. Whoa, we're getting weather out here. Boy, Tracy's getting salty, yeah. Come on in, boys. Come on in, my kids. Would you eat 5 tear gas canisters for your puppies? If you knew if the cops might shoot you, if you went back towards your house to shut the door, would you still do it anyways? I'd do it for my puppies every single time. The state of Oregon permanently scarred me for life. My lungs, I don't think I'll ever be the same. I've suffered a stroke. My eyes all fucked up. I've had a concussion since day one, and here I am still going. Thank you, Father, for the strength. I guess my puppy's going to get a week then. Shouldn't be the kitty, the puppies. So, would you eat? Where is it at? If they shoot one of these into your house, you have to have a professional cleaning company come clean your house. I'm off grid. I only live in a 10x40 cabin. They shot 5 of these in my house. They wanted to come out with a gun and be all violent. I was like, oh, I'm coming out. I just need to get some number. I told him, why you're here, all that, but you're a fucking idiot, Fred. You're not, man. I said the Waltons, you dumb fuck, because you can't put 2 and 2 together, you dumb fucking idiot. Waltons, dumbass. Fucking do your homework, you dumb fuck. Who do you think the Waltons are? They created Walmart, tram law. You're a fucking idiot. Blasphemous, heathenous fucking swine. You do like this much research, and you're a fucking idiot. Oh, well, Waltons. Who are the Waltons? They were the one in charge of interning American citizens. You're fucking just made yourself look so stupid, man. You only want a fraction. You're like J.G. Wentworth. It's my money and I want it now, like a microwave generation. You just take 3 days to make a fucking burrito. The milk, the cheese, the flour, the beans, the soaking. You get it in 90 seconds, asshole. Look, that's what you get. Fucking people, man. Gonna say I'm mentally unstable without doing enough homework. Go ahead, keep spitting your shit, man. Go ahead, put some more bullshit in here. You still have a problem with people that cherry pick everything, guys. That's the problem. People, that's what Constitution is. Cherry picking these little, yep, that's all I'm doing. I'm going back out cherry picking the actual Constitution, not all this revised statute and codes and ordinances. So pound sand, Fred. Go blow yourself somewhere else, okay? Maybe you can reach in your lap. You can do it all by yourself. Not maybe somebody help you out. Come here, reach around. The government will fuck you every day. Don't worry about it. You'll get fucked by the government. Yeah, a subsidized government-funded corporation. Fucking Walmart. You're an idiot. And department, in cooperation with Department of Homeland Security. Janet Napolitano, see something, say something. Boy, you're looking more like an idiot every second that I'm in here, huh? See the wrong with people, guys. They don't want to face. It was fucking Walmart, guys, that locked up our fucking American citizens. And now they'll probably be coming for you or people like me that speak up to this shit. I don't care. Bring it, motherfucker. I don't worry about this stupid corporation. They have no authority over me. I only worry what happens after I die. I'm not calling for violence. Remember, I'm going to go fucking catch fish. Who's going with me? Who wants to go catch fish and go fall trap some chipmunks? And I got some MREs and some Mountain House meals. We'll have, what's that, chicken pot pie and chipmunk with some portobello mushrooms. Who's with me? And we'll let these dumbasses keep corn picking through their fucking fields of bullshit. Jimmy crack corn and I don't care, motherfucker. I do not serve two masters. Go serve yours. He's dead to me. Research that shit. What do I mean by Jimmy crack corn? What does that mean? I don't say anything for no reason. Everything I have has value. Frequency, resonance. It does. Look up what I say. Do some homework. Don't just cherry pick what I say. So, you're down? Cool. Rebel, I hope you go with me, man. I want people. I'm going to make an organization, so continue to follow me. I'm not going to sue the state or the county in this case of my CFR case of 4 felonies of hindering prosecution. The frankincense. Oh, somebody bringing frankincense. All right. Some myrrh, frankincense, some cannabis. We'll just have us a big sweat tent lodge like the old pagan pole god. Remember? They're pole, but yeah, we won't. We'll burn it in a tent. We won't. Well, maybe we will. Maybe we'll eat some gummies. I'll sit around a campfire, eat some gummies at the end of the night, and talk about the Word of God. Eat what we caught for the day. Trap, fish, nuts, I don't know, whatever. Chanterelle mushrooms, all of it. Let's throw it all in the pot. Thanks for coming in, guys. I apologize for my filthy, disgusting cussing all the time, but go back 6 months ago. You won't find any cursing on this channel. I'm just a little tested here, and I'm going to make it through this, guys. It's going to happen. I'm going to get my son's charges exonerated and get his innocence back. I can't get his theft crime back. He did commit that crime of theft. They never did produce any evidence, but I'm going to go ahead and say he did. Whether he did or he didn't, I'm going to say he did, and he did his time. So I'm going to make sure that when this goes to the Supreme Court, please follow this channel. You'll be able to follow this channel through this whole, if they don't shout about, I'll continue to keep this up somehow, way or another. And follow the channel. I've already subrogated. Subrogation is the taking of this bond, is known as a bond. In the case where they've charged me under a crime of commerce, I've never been arrested under a capital name in this case. You have to say that you're in that capital letter for them to be able to extort that. Yeah, they thought it was going to be a Ruby Ridge, Carl. Instead, they got me going, okay, I'll come out. I just need to get some numbers for my dogs. I didn't grab a gun. I had weapons in here. I didn't grab any weapons. My son didn't have any weapons. So that's what they wanted. They wanted a big armed standoff. They met up at the local restaurants that I supported during the COVID, and none of these guys remembered they weren't there. And so the businesses reported back to me, said, man, yeah, they came out there and said that they were going to get you off your live stream. And there was going to be a big armed standoff and big Ruby Ridge, Waco Wacko. That didn't turn out that way at all. Everybody went with hands up and there was no resisting. It was quite the fucking idiocracy of the fucking state of Oregon. You fucking pig fuckers. I fucking cannot wait to see every one of your bonds taken away from every one of these goddamn pig state troopers. Came out to my house and could never looked at any of the discovery that we brought up during the Supreme Court. Yes, this is, we'll go. I don't care if they already vacated the trial in my case. So even if they try to take it to trial, I will forward a appellate court and it will go federal. I already put for in a change of venue on open court. So too many bias, too many violations. They can't run it from it. Every time that goes by, they're violating my Sixth Amendment. Any delay of fair trial is a violation of my Sixth, and they keep doing it. But I'm going to push it forward. So be a witness to history. You could already have. You could have already been a witness. Yes, Joseph, my son, served almost a year in jail. There were 5 guys involved in a theft crime. They never did produce any evidence of him, but he took a plea agreement, a plea bargain, and he served a year and nobody else served any time. The rapist never served any time. There was a minor child, 17. He never served any time. Another kid named Elijah. My son was 19. Tyler, I think he was 19, turned 20. He was 19. The other one, Joey, he was 19. They were all kids. Tony Carson, the rapist, 41 years old, still to this day, has never received a conviction for this. All the kids did. My son is the only one to go to jail. Why? Targeting in this case. It will go to Supreme Court and they'll figure out that, yes, they did target my son 100%. And every from the 17 months where he could have got off his probation early because he'd already done the 180 hours. That was the terms of his release. If I just had the money, my son wouldn't be going through any of this right now. He could have been released early. So when they bring Ryan Solberg into a trial court in the Supreme Court, in a federal court, and they ask him, well, Ryan Solberg, it doesn't have that he needs to start at 6 months on his action plan. You didn't make him pay the $100 and start community service. Why? You would have said it right there at 6 months, 7 months, 8 months, 9 months, 10 months, 11 months, 12 months, 13 months, 14 months, 15 months, 16 months, and 17 months. And they'll go back at the trial and say, well, actually, we pulled up the cellular data where his dad called the attorney to try to facilitate a smooth transfer because the attorney who represented him from Lake to Lane was in that county, trying to make it smooth. And he said, document the hours. So that's what we did. We called the attorney, I did, and then called Lake County Probation to make sure his hours, had no more hours. And they said, yes, not once, put me on hold because I demanded he'd be able to get a copy of it, but twice. That would prevented a swatting of this house. That already showed that Elijah Werner already did all his hours. That was the terms that he had to go from this county to the next county. If he worked 1 day in a 7-day week, that's 50 or 32 hours in 1 month. He left in 5 months. Well, he's short 20 hours, Tracy. He worked multiple days at multiple locations, fire station. He worked with Tom, Don, Morgan, all these people. They didn't call these people to witness. Okay, SCOTUS, listen, you're not allowed to type in capital letters, Fred, in this chat room. Okay, just so you know, you're breaking the rules of this chat room. That you could type one letter, small, and the rest, because like I had my face shot by the fucking state police, you fucking pig licker. Boot licker, you're a pig licker. You like this government, people in government. Obviously, you're a cop sucker and you love cops. So you're not allowed to type in all capital letters. My moderator will moderate you if you do not type. You say I'm mentally ill. What do you have? Some fucking psychology degree, a sociology degree, an MD, you've studied for fucking 12 years, have a doctorate? Have you just made a full whole fucking psychological evaluation in the fucking short time you've been here? Get the fuck out of here, Fred. You're an idiot. See, there we go. The government is good. Get them out of here. Get these fucking pig lickers out of here. People in government. Not just the clown suit cops, but the pigs. People in government. 40% of people in America are not allowed in this chat. Look at Craig Tucker showing his Same thing. Got to type in all capital letters. You don't have to shout in here and be a child, Craig. No typing in capital letters. I just said that to dipshit Fred here. I'll put some more mentally unstable. I don't think you have a disease. I don't think he has a degree. So our justice system works on money. If you have lots of money, you can get some more. That's how America's justice system works. Okay, Gary knows a little bit. So look, guys, at 17 months, my son contacted, I called him before. They could have done this. The state of Oregon could have done this. Lake County could have called I had cellular data. Like the Trump shooter sat for 12 hours in the bushes and then went 45 miles away. That's called cellular data. And I can bring that into evidence and discovery in this case. Like I can say, hey, fuck his 5 witnesses that he did, 5 witnesses that went with him to do his community service. Let's just ping their phones or have their satellite data, because cellular data, they can do that. I know this 5785 or 2024 on your Gregorian calendar, they have detected you. That would clear Elijah right there. So this guy sings Looney Tune, but he don't know anything about the case. He's just some spewing venom. So Travis, you can leave. You don't need to stay here. Goodbye. It's not Looney Tunes, asshole. That's Warner Brothers, dumb fuck. It's Werner. It's Swish, you fucking numbskull. Werner, not Werner, Looney Tunes. Oh, it's like a big clown show, huh? Yeah, Looney Tunes. That's Warner Brothers, you fucking dumb idiot. You don't even can't spell the difference between Werner, W-E-R. It's not W-A-R, asshole. That's Looney Tunes. I'm not fucking German. It's Swiss, dumb fuck. Know what the hell you're talking about. My lineage. You're going to get yourself in a world of hurt trying to step to this. You will. So, but anyways, all right. So at 17 months, brothers, sisters, I called my son and said, hey, man, you've done a good job. You stayed out of trouble. Dad didn't want you going over there to Lane County with your fast little shit box car. You know what I'm saying? I thought you might get in trouble. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to go ahead and call Ryan. I'm going to call John and figure out your restitution. I want you to call Ryan Solberg and make sure you can get off early at the probation at 17 months. Come next 18 months, you're halfway through. You can get off of your probation because you went from felony supervised probation with no violations of probation. You're now at 17 months. If you don't get any violations next month, we'll see. I'll call for restitution. I'll call John. You get a hold of Ryan Solberg and make sure you can get off it at 18 months. You can get off probation early if you met all the community service and pay all your restitution. Okay? And he said, okay, Dad. So he contacted Ryan Solberg, his probation officer, and I contacted John, the Caligo, the attorney in Lane County, criminal attorney. Okay, Travis, just fucking leave, you idiot. You're not doing anything. You're just a fucking troll, man. God puts people like you and makes you do what you do because you're a fucking troll. You haven't looked at the evidence. You're just a troll. You got your attention. Are you happy? Go jerk off. There's a place called Pornhub. Anybody who have any moderators in here? Anybody with a wrench? Moderate anybody that's distracting and being an idiot. I know. It's all right. It's okay. Just, I want to keep teaching you guys. I don't want to get distracted because I do. What are all the rest of the trolls? Lady in Red, blame it on my moderator, Lady in Red. She's been here for years. She says you got to feed the trolls, guys. You got to feed the trolls. It's just part of how this thing works. She helps me keep the channel at least at the 18. I'm not trying to gain. We're just trying to keep people here. So there we go, Ryan. Thanks so much, man. Another fellow gentleman that's living here in Oregon, subjected to the state police. I'm doing it for Ryan. They could do that to Ryan, man. Bring a state police over something. What if he had something like that? What if Ryan got in trouble for something? This dude plays music. Maybe he got a noise ordinance violation or something, right? They issue a warrant for his ass over some and then, they don't want to look at it. No, that's not even criminal. It's the way they do this. No, hey, careful. Let's not go there. Let's not go there. That's like, that's like, come on, my image of I am. That's like, you ain't got no ice cream. You can't afford it because you was on the web. Remember all that? Eddie Murphy. Let's not do that, okay? All right, guys. Much love. No, so seriously, guys, they could have prevented a SWAT warrant. Sam Birch will do probably at least 20 or 30 years in prison because he is a main culprit. But you know what I'm saying? Ryan got that, okay? You know what I'm saying? Come on now. All right, good. Yeah, we got to break it down a little bit. Delirious, guys. Those were some amazing times. The 80s, remember? He was walking on stage. He was don't be looking at me. Every of them red, what was that, spandex pants on? I can't do that. I can't do that. But Joseph, what I can do in the state of Oregon, under the Constitution, I can file what's called habeas corpus on his behalf, where I can do the same thing, the subrogation of his bond, challenge the jurisdiction of the judge, in this case, Dave Vandenberg, who's not operating in a third article court over here in the United States. There's only one judicial court operating under the Title 18 statutes, original, not revised statutes. Those are called ordinances or codes, which are for commerce. And so I can take back that in his case. So I need to get my case done, because as soon as my case done, he can come from wherever he's at. His last name is Vandenberg, and he's not a judge. He's a clerk. There's no judges in America. There's over 400 some judges that are not judges. They're absolute not. They're a secretary. They're a clerk operating in a non-Article 3 court. Look this up, guys. I know that didn't seem like this is possible. How come this wasn't discovered all that time? They just released the Diddy files, didn't they? Okay, come on. This stuff happens in God's time, guys. I can't believe that this has not been discovered, and I didn't already have 100%. But remember, I was not arrested under a capital letter name. There's a reason. I know these rights. I know these rights. I know my rights, and I exercise my first, second, third, all my rights. Okay, Sixth Amendment, all these things, my Miranda rights. And just because I know them, they can't punish me for doing that. Yes, they can, and they will. And my son has been a huge target of that. So again, at 17 months, I called my son. He'd done everything he was supposed to do. They started targeting him, guys, at 33 months. He didn't get targeted because everything would have been okay. If I would have literally had the stinking money, guys, my son would have been on probation, because Ryan Solberg said yes. See, Elijah had paid no restitution at this point. There was a home. There were empty buildings out here, unoccupied, abandoned buildings. In one case, this rapist told my son that this is some pedophile. They got kicked out of the county. So they thought they were being some kind of vigilantes. If that's how it went down, that's what I saw in the discovery. So, okay. So, again, I was going and I was telling Elijah at 18 months in a case where you can request the judge to ask them to be taken off of probation early at halfway through, at 36 months, 180 hours probation, and $47,000 of restitution. Okay. And so this restitution equated to $47,000. Now, remember, there was five guys. He's the only one. He almost did nearly a year in jail. Nobody did else any time except for my son. Okay. Just for my son. So something's not right there to begin with. And this guy's a rapist. How did he not? Because they got paid to have Tony Karsten in Lake County. If they would have convicted him, they would have lost their money. Like when I had the discovery from John Kliegel, it said, look, here is Tony Karsten. He's saying he is at the scene with these kids. They're breaking into this little trailer's, whatever the little vent is, and they're going to try to go into the he's there. That is an accomplice to a crime. Convict this fucking rapist. I already told you to get him out of this county now. Revoke his parole and send him back to fucking Texas where he came from. You dumped his fucking ass out here and put him on us. He's already moving without notifying parole and probation. I already told you he's buying these fucking kids cigarettes. And they're minors in this state that's contributing. And then he gets in trouble with the same fucking dude after I already notified you that he was hanging around this fucking kids. And then my son gets in trouble with the same guy that had already notified him that he's moving around within the county and not notifying his address, buying fucking cigarettes for fucking kids, contributing. This county is in so much fucking trouble, brothers and sisters, when this case comes into a Supreme Court. They're not going to run from this anymore. See, 98.5% of cases get shoved through, and most people just take a plea bargain and that's it. Like my son, if he would have just taken a plea bargain and not sat in fucking jail for nearly a year, took his plea bargain, this all would have been swept under the rug. Nobody said shit about Tony Karsten. They all would have got convictions, and Tony would have done his recycle out here. He's working for the fucking probation and parole department. He does not get convicted. He gets the convictions on the kids. It's a rinse and recycle. My son would have just taken a conviction, Like the other ones, I didn't know why they went to jail at first or didn't. They ended up taking the plea deal. That's why none of them went to fucking jail, and my son did, because he was calling for the evidence, and they never did produce that cigarette butt that I gave to him. Said, look, they all smoke. He's buying them cigarettes, and they smoke like a hippie. His DNA will be on the fucking cigarette. If he did it, I don't give a fuck if he did it or not. Okay? He's already in jail. He'll do the time. He's been sitting in there. Convict his fucking ass. I don't want, some kind of special justice. I want equal fucking justice. Why are they not all in jail? Why is this rapist sitting out of jail and my son is the only one? So I wasn't happy about it. And then my son ends up getting in fucking trouble with this guy after I had already went to parole and said, get him away from these fucking kids. He's a rapist and he's lying to the people in this community about his charges. I don't want him around my son. There's another one. He's 17. He's a fucking minor. Get this rapist away from my son. I tried. He still got in trouble with him, and they would never even convict the rapist. So wait until this becomes a federal case. At month 17, Elijah did everything. After they let him out of jail, he did his community service with Tom, Dawn, Morgan, 2 females, just cellular data, show where their phones went. Everybody takes their phone with them. He went to the fire station multiple days and got hazed out here for getting paint on his pants because he thought he was going to the fairgrounds. He called me, Dad, I'm raking the same fucking spot again. I'm trying to get out of here. She's fucking working me like a fucking slave. I got other things I'm trying to do. I work like 3 days this fucking week, We're just raking the same spot at the fairgrounds, Dad. We're really not shut the fuck up, Elijah, and do what you're told. She's pissed because I'm calling her Lilith. And I'm complaining that she piss test you when not one of you had any drug charges in the case. There's no drug charges. You're being targeted. She's pissed at me. Do what you're fucking told. She's trying to get you out of here. She thinks the sooner that she can get you the fuck out of here, the sooner she can shut me up about this rapist, Tony Karsten, that she let run around. And I went to her fucking office and told her. Now she's pissed because I won't go away. So she's rushing you out of the county, Elijah. Do what you're fucking told. Okay? So he got out of here. You sound like a criminal. Okay, well, cool, Rex. So you sound like a commerce. Is your name written in all capital letters, Rex? You're part of the corporation called America, and you'll pay to get ass raped if you ever get thrown in a cage, inmate, under this merchant law. You'll pay to get cock meat sandwiches, to eat cock meat sandwiches, and get double stuffed by fucking Bob and his buddy. You'll get triple stuffed like an Oreo. And you'll pay to do it. And then your extra money will go to fucking Ukraine. Fuck off. Criminal. That's a fucking goddamn commerce name, you idiot. Yeah, criminal, look it up, you dumb fuck. That's a commerce name. Criminal, commerce, look it up. Come back and prove me wrong. With definition, asshole. Leave. Criminal. Takes a criminal to catch criminal, you know that? You're filthy rags, I'm filthy rags, but I guarantee you got no definition in you. I'm full of definition. Doesn't make me better than you, just makes me more defined. I'm not a translator. 99% of what comes out of your mouth is translation. I literally define every fucking word that comes out of my mouth. Like, pluck the U-bow. I have some history behind it. Fuck you. Like cutting off your finger to go, ha, ha, ha. You can't pull the U-bow and pluck that U-bow with your string finger, the birdie, flipping the bird. That they were mocking them. Ha, ha, ha. Now you can't pluck the U-bow. No historical record in anybody, brothers and sisters. Christmas was banned in America because it's an orgy. Christmas is an orgy. It's not 2024. God doesn't love everybody. Most people are going to hell. This world is just in some other state of, I don't know, confusion. People like to just pick and choose. Remember cherry pickers in here earlier? Okay, so I'm not going to sit there and let people twist in this chat, pervert anything. I don't need to claim state rights, constitution, although I could state, national, file to the, what is it? The Secretary of State that I'm not this strong. I don't do that. I do it in open court. I'm never going to arrest me under some capital Broadway name. My name is Tracy Werner. I'm not all capital letters. I'm always operating in a private capacity and never in commerce. All of you 32 are guaranteed you have not left your straw man. You've not let your merchant number. You have to do this to be able to subrogate the money and not let them send money to fucking Ukraine with this money. It can be done. This is how I'm dissolving the corporation called America without firing a single fucking round, because I'm wise as a serpent and gentle as a dove. I can kill you with my fucking bare hands. I'm an Army veteran. I'll fucking double tap and hit you in the chest and the head because I've learned. No, I can't help it. It's habitual. I shoot center mass and then put one right between your nose, your eyes. I can't help it. I hit. I'm an expert mark, but I'm trying to get people to get the fuck away from this shit. I'm not a violent man. Just because I speak up and use my fucking voice doesn't mean I'm violent. Just because I assert my constitutional rights doesn't mean I'm fucking mentally unstable. So, I don't care what people think. I'm not here to be nice. The word nice means to be stupid, and I'm not going to sit here and be nice to anybody. Go fuck yourself. I don't care. I'm not commerce. I'm always operating in a private capacity, never in commerce. And you guys are all commerce. And hey, whatever it is, what it is. You want to learn how to come out of it? I'll teach you. Otherwise, shut the fuck up and get out of here. I have to deal with this. I have to get my son exonerated of charges that I have all the evidence to prove. And I know under affirmative defense, justification defense, and excused defense in a criminal trial, I have that right. I've been applying it since day fucking one. That's why I told Crusher Brusman, go ahead and issue a warrant for his arrest. I'll fucking arrest his body before you ever get him. He's 3 hours fucking away from me. And your stupid cop pig thugs, you won't get him. He's 3 hours away. I'll get him before you do. I guarantee you got a whole fucking team. They're fucking cop suckers. Crusher, if you illegally arrest him again, I'll get him. I will have him. My warrant, I'm not going to let you get him fucking ass raped and fucking his face fucked and have to smell like taint fucking breath because I have the evidence to clear him. You don't want to look at it. Fuck you. I never said fuck you to her, brothers, sisters. Stop talking about what? Don't tell me to stop talking about anything, Joseph. I'll unmoderate you and take you out of this channel forever. Don't you fucking ever tell me what to do. Don't you hear? Yeah, I'm telling you seriously, Joseph. I am tired of this shit. I want my fucking court case done. They either drop all this shit, and I'm still taking it to a federal court. I have to do this for this fucking nation. You're not here. You're somewhere else. Fuck you. You're over on the other side of the drink. I have to defend these fucking people that will not speak up. So don't tell me to stop anything ever again. Don't you ever dare interrupt my lesson. I'll take your fucking wrench away, and you can hit the door, Jack. Don't come back no more, no more. Police in every city is traded on the stock market. That's right. It's all traded on the stock exchange. All commerce, all crimes of commerce, part of this Queen law. I think that's where you're over there in the UK, right? We have a Declaration of Independence. We have a Bill of Rights. We have a Constitution to separate us from you over there. We're not part of that anymore. We used to be. Used to good, not anymore. Remember? So fuck you. Kiss my ass. I'm not playing nice. I'm not being nice to anybody. I want fucking this trial to happen, or I want them to figure it out. Fred, are you still in here? You dumb fuck. Get out of here. Moderate Fred. Moderate Fred. Fuck you, Fred. You don't give a fuck about this country. That's what I'm pointing out. We kill fucking kids in other countries so dumbasses like you can have a First Amendment and try to make me fucking look bad. You're a fucking piece of shit. Get the fuck out of here. I already asked you to leave, Fred. The fuck is your problem? No, anxiety, don't, D-Ace, I know you probably did that on accident. D-Ace, give a second. Anxiety will bring you back in. I know I've done it because I don't moderate too many people. So good to see you again, D-Ace. Thanks for coming in. So anyways, I'm going to continue to push this, guys. I have to now because Elijah missed his court date. And he missed his prior one. He still has affirmative defense. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? He has affirmative defense. He has the right to protect his asshole from being ass raped. He knows he did the time. So I know that anxiety. Yeah. So you know what I'm saying? I know I've done that because I don't do a lot of moderating. It's kind of weird because the screen goes up, guys. If you ever get moderator or somebody, one of the moderators, just hang tight if I see it or something. That's not always, I apologize. I've done it myself. I don't do a lot of moderating. But guys, I don't have any choice. I have all the evidence. So I have to do this. The thing that sucks is I'm going to have to file what's called a change of venue. Ryan's a guitarist, so he's, you know, them fingers have strummed out. I'm sure they're wider and not from playing video games. He's an artist. So thanks, Ryan. Appreciate your moderating in here. Fred is just sitting here being an idiot. That's what I expose all the time. What the fuck we do in other countries? This dumbass is going to sit there and make me think about all this bullshit that I've already had to do for this country, which I rebuke. And so I stand and do what I do now. I've come out of her and I'm doing this now instead of being apostasy to the New Testament, and where he says, let vengeance be mine. Oh, yeah, a little bit, but not much. Yeah. No fat fingers from the video Pokemon game or the Call of Duty or the World of Warcraft that's got you Velcro ass with the new beta that comes out. Right? You're smoking the dispensary pot, auto flower, space rocks. No, that was makes people dumb, 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 dumb. Make people use cannabis and can still function completely perfectly without having any issues. Maybe doesn't take away pain, but sure makes life more tolerable, and does prevent cancer. Cannabis is a preventive medicine. Cannabis kills, well, not all cancer, but almost every single one. It goes out, actually attacks the cancer cell and leaves the good cell behind, unlike radiation that does kill cancer too, but it kills the good cells, and that's why your hair falls out. So anyways, moving on. I appreciate your time, guys. I really do. I'm going to push even harder. These people are, again, I'm not calling for any physical violence, but have messed with the wrong man. And so I'm very well versed in the Constitution. I'm very well versed in the Declaration of Independence, and I am very well versed in the Bill of Rights. So I know my constitutional rights. I'll assert them, and they cannot violate them. And if they do, I will continue to seek what I call notice of liability in in this case and any other case they try to put forward on me. Yeah, there we go. Merchants of Sin. Nice. That sounds like a good book. Merchant. This is all merchant law, brothers and sisters. All merchant. Merchant is commerce. Criminal is a name of commerce too. Criminal is a name of commerce. Look it up. The term criminal is a commerce name. It's all merchant. It's all part of this original statute. Substatute is what it is. Revised statute, all added after the Constitution, not under a judicial, legislative, and executive branch, all added as code, criminal code, substatute, revised statute is what it's called. So apologize again for the cursing, guys. I'm trying to do what I can, but my patience is, I guess love is patient. I should be more patient and understand love is kind, and God's timing is, he's kind to give me this honor to be able to stand in front of this country and defend and be the voice for people who cannot speak up because they fear retribution by their governments and by their criminal commerce pig cops that go around and enforce non-judicial criminal code, not even original Title 18, not in a third article court. None of this is legal. It's not constitutional, but it doesn't mean that it's still not going on. So I will not let them violate my rights. I will assert every right that I have under the Constitution. I will not, if they do, I will hold them accountable. I put them in an open court as a notice of liability. I have filed for the power of attorney, that it's all put on record. I'll put the paper behind this. I've filed for jurisdictional challenge of John Mogul's the investigator, of Dave Vandenberg, the clerk in this case, acting as a judge. He does not have any judicial authority capacity because he's not in an Article 3 court. He's operating under Oregon revised statute, and that is code, and I'm not code. That's not part of the original Title 18 criminal statutes, which are actually logistical legal if enforced under the Article 3 court. That's only one way to operate. That's prior, brothers and sisters, to this forming this corporation called America. Okay. Well, and under this corporation, now they enforce what's called revised statutes. Every state is, if you're in Idaho, it's IRS or ORS or whatever state, FRS or whatever. That's the revised statute. That's the criminal code, which is code is for commerce. Code, ordinance, mandate, all these are commerce. All these are merchant. It's all merchant. It's all accounting. See, there we go. Thanks, Ace, for understanding. Anything that's not under a third article court. They have first article and fourth article. There's only three. First is administrative, non-judicial. Fourth is territorial. It's still administrative and it's non-judicial. That's what this court is operating in Lake County. Under a territorial, fourth administrative. Vandenberg is not operating in a third article court. in a third article court under Title 18. The original statutes, which were constitutional because they were under judicial, legislative, and executive branch put into the Constitution. These additions, revised statutes, are not constitutional. They were not put through judicial, legislative, and executive branch. That is not. We have a House and a Congress and a Senate for a reason, okay, brothers and sisters? This is not fucking serfdom where man can make a goddamn fucking executive order like Trump to declare a fake fucking national emergency. That's not legal. That's not constitutional. None of this shit is constitutional unless it goes through the House, the Congress, and the Senate. There's a reason, brothers and sisters. Notice that. House, Congress, and Senate. What is the Congress? What is the House? What is the Senate? Judicial, legislative. Who makes the laws? That's Congress. Congress shall establish no law prohibiting the exercise of free. You understand, brothers and sisters, this has to go by this constitutional republic. They violated this, okay? They violated this trust. Originally, this was a constitution. There were state rights of the 13 colonies prior to the forming of the corporation called America. But because you allow them and be childish and you're ignorant to this is happening does not mean that it is not. And it has been happening for decades. It's been happening since the forming of this corporation called America, solely selling your W-2 dollars printed by the central banksters, not Federal Reserve. They're not federal, the central banks, on interest, which is illegal. All currency is illegal. Money is gold and silver. All money should be printed by the Treasury. Remember, Silver Eagles, by demand of the public, the U.S. Mint has violated the Constitution, brothers and sisters. They are supposed to print enough eagles for the demand, and they have held back because they're putting that smart dust shit in them. I know what they're doing, so they can track every one of those new eagles. Absolutely, and that's a violation. When they changed this over in 1971, actually 1973, 71, Richard Nixon suspended the convertibility of the dollar to gold. You used to be able to go and take a $2 gold or a silver certificate into your bank, and they would give you $2 silver for that gold certificate. That was suspended. You could not do that after 1971. In 1973, Richard Nixon, the Bretton Woods Agreement, to take us off the gold standard and put us on as what is known that all nations after 1973 will be forced, money changers in scripture, to pay by fee a little bit of their money. If it's a ruble, they had to trade it over to a petrodollar, a US dollar. If there was a denong or a dinar or any one of these other currencies, they had to be converted, and we got a little bit of that's money changers. That is fucking disgusting. For 50 fucking years, we have forced every nation, and we get a little bit of money, and we said instead of backed by oil, we'll back these Saudi nations, these OPEC nations. We'll protect them. Won't let anybody come in here, and you got to buy all your oil with the US dollar after 1973. If that doesn't make you fucking sick to your stomach, please leave. That we are the most apostate nation. God turned over the money. Remember, he sent Shiloh this covenant where he said, he fastened the cording off of the curtains. And I guarantee it's like, anxiety, big sausage finger, probably like, kielbasa, it's, cording, and bar cloth. But I can't imagine the weave on those curtains. He ripped that off there and he whipped the shit out of those people because of the converting and feeing his people. You've turned my father's house into a den of thieves. And that fee was to change that money from the old into the new. And they were selling the does, and that he got physical, guys. So good luck with feeing and fining for 50 fucking years. And we never had to fight one oil war. Watch how I blame Donald Trump for all this. And this man should have his head cut off in a public thing and have a Plinko game. We could all make a bet on where it lands. And you'll get your debit of your central bank digital current. Oh, I don't want to go for that. But no, anyways, seriously, brothers, sisters, how in the hell, national emergency, remember, novel coronavirus, Hillary for prison, he makes all this money. She sat 3 bodies away from him. You'll never find one single time Donald Trump's calling Joe Biden creepy Joe, because they're in the same file. They're in the same pedo file in the same pod. Yes, they are. They're EpiPen Island boys. Yep, him and Barry, they're all part of the same dragon, and they're about ready to pull the biggest scam again. Because if you take something, like I said, like all this BRICS nations, when he comes in and sanctions them 100%, sanctions, fees, brothers and sisters, here we go again. More fees. God hates the fees. God hates this shit. He doesn't. He turned over the money taters. He does not like fees. So I guarantee what we've done for 50, we use military veterans like he. What happened to Gaddafi? They took and stripped that man down, raped his fucking ass, and drug him around Libya. That nation, look at Libya before we went over there. Look at Libya before we went over there. South Africa, look at that place. They had all that sorghum growing out in the desert. They were tapping into the San Juan aquifer. They were bringing all those channels of water up with the salvation or the salination, all the desalinity of all the ocean water. We went in and blew all that fucking shit up because he wanted to pay for oil with gold. Just like Saddam Hussein, who was part of our thing. We turn on our old people, brothers and sisters. We train. Bin Laden was a CIA operative, okay, who did deals with the Bushes, oil tycoon. So one man that is totally responsible for all the oil wars would be Donald John Trump, because he's in cahoots with the Morgans and the Rock. He is a bankster himself. Which man has filed for bankruptcy more times than anybody in the U.S. and still a fucking billionaire? Donald John Trump. That man, again, is responsible because his family, John Trump, has the Tesla Tech millimeter wave where we can't build megalithic structures. The fuck we can't. The fuck we can't. Yes, we can. It's Trump who's holding this technology from Tesla, who Morgan got to get rid of this. That's millimeter wave, brothers, sisters. That is what they're ready to do. What do you think all these fucking drones over your head are? I've been telling you they're going to do a sky ritual, opening of the sky in the bottomless pit. They're going to do their pit opening ritual before the real one comes. What do you think the CERN Hadron Collider, and there's not just one, is? Yeah, that's going to keep that magnetosphere pumped so they can do their ritual and have their, as is above, so is below, smoke from the pit, and sky rolls back like a scroll so they can bring in all their fake UFOs. There's not one alien that walks this motherfucking earth right now. Grow the hell up. Those are Tesla Tech things that you're just getting the tip of the spear about what they're about ready to put over your Project Blue Book, brothers and sisters. This is 1800s. This technology has been around since the beginning of time. If you think this is the first time we've had quantum compute, that's just math. Come on, meta, hive mind, D, wave, phi. It's a chess game, brothers. It ain't a game, but that you have to be able to think ahead of time. This is very multifaceted. You better understand your move before you make it. Wise as a serpent and gentle as a dove. I'm tired of this crap. People are not paying attention, and we declares that national emergency. They're going to release all this tech. See, not one person should have ever been killed over oil, and that's why I cut that motherfucker's head off in a second if I was old school. I'm not threatening that now because I'm a meek man. I'm going to go into the woods, and you guys are going to fight with each other, but I cut his fucking head off because not one person should have fucking died. They've had the Tesla Tech. Anti-gravitics, electric gravitics, free energy. It's all about to come, brothers, sisters. But they had this shit since the 1800s. See, we never needed to file one or put fucking Donald Trump in prison. Put that motherfucker in prison. Nobody exposes Donald Trump more than this channel. Nobody does. Find another channel that's exposing what I just fucking said to you. He's the man for 3 buildings with 2 airplanes on Blind 11. Oh, what about the dancing Israelis at the bottom of the tower? And he says, now I have the tallest building in the world. Go fuck yourself. You're a child. You don't research anything. They're not even hiding it anymore. Okay? No need to walk through center stores. Nobody should be able to have $1 trillion. Okay, there we go. It says it'd be easier for a camel to pass through the eye of a needle than a rich man through the gates of heaven. They asked Donald Trump this, guys, in an interview. I believe it was on CNN. They talked to him and he played fucking stupid like he didn't know. And then he quotes the scripture about, where he talks about being a rich man. Where it'd be easier for a camel to pass through the eye of a needle than a rich man through the gates of heaven. You want to know what this blasphemous fucking pig said? He said, I'm inventing a microscopic line of camels and we're sparing no expense. Could you have ever heard anything so blasphemous to scripture in your life? Did you just hear what I said? He said he's inventing a microscopic line of camels and he's sparing no expense. The motherfucker said he can't sin. He decorates his house with Satan. Satan's tower was 58 stories. His is 58 stories. You can't be any more blasphemous, guys. And people voted him in twice, just like Time Magazine's 2 years in a row. Adolf, the one his house is decorated with, the 7th king that will be revealed as the 8th king. I gave you one that I never give. Yep, that is the seventh king. World War II, locked up in the pit. Somebody you've seen in your lifetime. The seventh king will be revealed as the eighth king, but he will not be a physical. It'll be a digital hologram, and it's not physical, but people are going to fall for the physical. See, Project Blue Book. There's UAP, UFO. This is all Tesla, anti-gravitics, electrogravitics. We didn't need to fight one fucking war. Lock that motherfucker up. Already got him on his national emergency. How much hundreds of billions of dollars did he funnel into this Hillary for prison? He never did build that fucking wall, did he? Because he wasn't talking about a wall. He's talking about a millimeter wall to protect him for what is about to come, brothers and sisters. As is above, millimeter wave. Remember Tesla said, I'm building a ray, and they thought he was talking about a handheld death ray? Ray like a sun. Orizo, the light, a ray over your city. I can build a armored ray, millimeter wave that you can't see. It's a bowl, a millimeter bowl. And yes, it's a wall over your city. That it's a 15-minute city. Get the fuck in here. Yep, concentrate. Like camp, like band camp, or like Boy Scouts? Nope, like orange juice. Concentrate. Remember FEMA Executive Order 11004? 15-minute city from one side of the center of the bowl, huh? Millimeter bowl. See, he never said he was going to build a fucking wall. He said he was going to build a wall that you couldn't see. Like Tesla said, no military can penetrate this. No army, no Air Force, no Navy can penetrate this bowl. He called it a ray. He even wrote, look it up. It's in the New York fucking Times. He said, you guys, I'm not talking about some handheld. I can build a fucking wall over your city that you can't see, that no military can penetrate. And Trump's got this technology, guys. They had a car that could go over 1,000 miles on a single charge in the 1800s. This fucking stupid piece of shit who wears the Baphomet, the Baal, the transgender god. We know who you're with, Mr. Iron Man. Guess what, dumbass motherfucker? The iron will not cleave the watery clay. Bitch, how do you like that? Be my ex, stand on the X. You too could be my bitch, Mr. Muskrat. I'm on to your dumbass MAGA hat. I was on to you. I already warned this channel long before you ever stood on stage with that black MAGA high priest of the Satan Church. Do as thou will hat. Black MAGA. Baphomet, people's champion. I'm on to you, Mr. Stinky as is below. With your boring machine. These motherfuckers could go to Mars and get the fuck out of here. Why are they building all these bases under the ground? Yeah, right. They would be gone out of here by now, brothers and sisters. We are not that damn close, but we're close enough. They want to probably get up there with their buddies that are already up there. Oh, they're up there too. As is above, so and below. Why do you think they've been scrubbing this atmosphere as we've been weakening our magnetosphere so you can't see them up there? What do you think a fucking goddamn meteorite is? That's an old satellite, motherfucker. You're just too stupid to figure out any kind of elements, and as they come in and burn into our atmosphere, that's satellite technology from millions of years ago, possibly tens of thousands. Nothing new under the sun, brothers and sisters. Comets. You just wait until all those satellites come down. Armageddon! Satellites, just right. You ever seen a regular satellite burn? Oh my God, it's beautiful, brothers. All the different, they know what elements. Satellites are on balloons, brothers and sisters. Space? Are you fucking serious? NASA said we ain't even penetrated the Van Allen belt. The solar wind coming from our sun is 775,000 miles an hour without any solar wind weather, like an X flare or an M flare or a coronal mass ejection or a solar filament release or just a coronal whole stream, which can bring the solar wind up to over 1.5 million. You still think we got the fuck out of our atmosphere, huh? Yeah, right. Sure. The International Swim Station up there, right? I mean, down in the NASA, can you explain the occurrence of air bubbles in the lunar space? What the fuck are you talking about? Bones don't turn to oil, brothers and sisters, okay? This is all a bunch of bullshit. You've been fed just a crock of space farce. Remember, this dude invented a whole nother... We ain't been in the moon since 1976. Stinky fucking muskrat's going to sit there and tell you they lost the tech. Yeah, no shit, because they got... Uncle Trump's got the tech so they can go anti-gravitic, electrogravitic. Millimeter wave. You know that copper's a break, right? You have anything about understand materials? Metals, how they work? Anything? Anyone? Bueller? That's how they're going to do this. Millimeter wave and minerals. That's how this works. Whether you understand it or not, that's, hey, spin around in a circle. Go look at the fucking museum, a Tesla museum. They got machines, perpetual motion, magnetics, electrogravitics. Now we have neodymium. Those things aren't even neodymium. Yeah, coming to a east You can lift it off the ground and create its own force field. You cancel magnetics, you can cancel what they call gravity. You can bring a whole fucking football stadium right up off the ground and make it go that way. Oh, imagine that. Oh, megalithic structures that we can't fucking build. Thanks, Donald Trump and Sticky Muskrat. You guys stole this fucking tech and you guys have had it. Why do we ever fight a single war? No man or woman ever had to die. Doesn't that make you sick to your fucking stomach, guys? We have the technology. We never needed to fight a single war over oil because remember at the time of Tesla, he was messing with millimeter wave. Trump was messing with John Trump, not Donald, his uncle. He was very revered man in history. You just don't know anything. He was like a Tesla or like an Einstein. They actually Morgans relied on his expertise of the millimeter wave because that's what Tesla was messing with. And then you looked at the pads. Oh, there's nothing. This old man's fucking nuts. Yeah, right. Because they were already invested in power poles, copper wiring, and combustion, in cahoots with Henry Ford. They already had this shit pre-planned ahead of time. Remember, they had a car that could go over 12,000 miles. It was 1,200 miles in a single charge in the 1800. Musk can't get a car to go 500 miles. That dude's a fucking rat. I'm telling you, he's in bed with Donald, and I'm sure they've traded, lightsabers in their bottomless pit. Okay, but either way, brothers, sisters, I'm trying to explain to you that this millimeter wave is the technology for perpetual motion. Anti-gravitics, electrogravitics is what you know as a UFO. There are no UFOs. I built a fucking UFO out in front of my house. Yeah, I'm that fucking serious. I put 30 grand into building a UFO myself. I could have done anything else with it. I just did it because I have to do something without going crazy. Can't be the craziest guy in town without building a fucking UFO, right? It's been on my live stream. It's sitting out front. There's a fucking UFO out in front of my house. I built one. I have a tattoo of a UFO. Look. No shit. There's a UFO right there. Look at that. Look like the one out in front of the house. You think I think of fucking UFOs. Elijah left in a flaming chariot, dumbasses. Wake the fuck up. My son left too. I'm so fucking pissed. Hurry up, state of Oregon. Hurry up, feds. Bring whatever you got against me because I'm going to be pushing you as hard as I can come Monday. And if you don't fucking get your ass in gear, I'm going to make it for you. I've said and kept every fucking word I have since the beginning of this case, and I'll keep it. I will take this to Supreme Court. This will go national. This will be in the news, and I don't want fame or fortune. I'm not trying to be famous. I'm trying to be infamous, motherfuckers. There's a difference, okay? Learn the difference between being famous. My dad was an actor on television. My aunt was an actress on television. My grandmother was runner-up for Miss America. You guys, probably some of you guys are my age, seen my dad on fuck TV, fuck television. I don't care about fame. I got brothers that are millionaires, self-made, fuck money. I used to live out in the desert, stink like fuck in the desert. Well, I don't stink that bad. I clean myself and wash myself, but I smell like sagebrush sometimes when I work in the desert. I have calluses on my hands, I'm trying to be honest, make an honest living out here. I've separated myself from society because I don't agree with what society's doing right now. I want to leave. I want to go in the woods. I want to catch fish. I do. I don't want to fight anybody. I have to continue to fight for this country, though, with my mouth. And the sooner that I can get this done, the sooner I can get my sons exonerated this bullshit, and they'll let him go, and they'll have to start paying him. My son is going to be a very, very, very wealthy man. And so will I. And I don't give a fuck. I'm giving it all away. Don't give me Bruno Mars, bitch. Just watch. Just watch me. Watch. I do what I say. I keep my word, and I have to. That's all I got, guys. I don't need any possessions. I have my word. Our skill set, guys, is more important than anything we own. And my word to me is very important. Okay, I have lied, I've cheated, I've stole, I've done these things, but I won't do these anymore. There's no need I don't need to lie. I don't have to worry about, Father will judge me. I've already made mistakes and I have no reason to lie. Why? God's going to see it anyways. Father knows. So why am I trying to hide intentions from the world that he already knows? So I can't, and I will not, and I will continue to press forward in this case. And I'll, for not just my son, as I told my son, we got to remember, son, that we could both end up prison. Or I know, Dad. You know what we're going up against here. I know, Dad. I'm deep on the cross. Remember, we got to remember. He takes whoever. If we both, Dad, he knew. And when we got our house SWAT raided, this wasn't his. I brought him here. He had his own place, but I brought him here. As soon as 45 seconds of coming onto this property after fucking wrecking all my physical kennels and all, I keep all my animals contained and all my pens, and they run over all my shit. All I did was stick my head out the door. They were expecting some fucking armed standoff. All I did was ask, Elijah, are you okay? Elijah, okay. And they threw a concussion grenade and hit me in the fucking face with it, brothers and sisters, I'm a SWAT, Special Weapons and Tactics, Special Reaction Team, did all my certification in Honolulu, Hawaii, trained by Metro LAPD. That's supposed to be tossed in a room and cuss the whole room, not right in somebody's face. So excessive force. When my son called me, he obviously heard that. He was not, I believe they started shooting the windows out of that fucking motorhome over there because my motorhome is wrecked now. They wrecked my very rare, and it's old, it's an 80s, but it is a diesel motorhome, and they shot the window, shot the fucking front window. It didn't break, so they shot the side fucking windows out. It's happening like this, guys. As soon as they got here, trying to flush Elijah out. I'm sure they wanted him to come out with some fucking weapon too, because that's what they said up at the local fucking restaurant. That's what was going to happen. There's some man out here going to be an armed standoff, and fucking that's what they wanted. Ruby Ridge. They didn't get that. So my son immediately called me, right after I shut the door, came inside. He called me, and I said, he said, Dad, I'm not going to prison. Dad, I'm not going to prison. I said, son, remember we talked about the thief on the cross? He said, okay, Dad, I love you. And he said, I'm coming out. I have my hands up. What about my 180 hours? Why are you here? Why are you and they fucking shot him. So more excessive force. And I don't blame my son anymore for wanting to be around any of this shit. He is 100% has he's not innocent of his crime of theft, but he did serve out of all of the 5 guys is the only one. And he did do all his time. So then he did more time that he shouldn't even had to. So I will make sure that my son is reimbursed, and then we make a case law to this so this doesn't happen. It exposes how things like this with this non-digital, and I don't believe in everything being like that, but we should use this tech that we have to our advantage. There's no analog, oh yeah, that's it. It's analog. There's no iPhone or Apple probation or Android probation, right? It isn't. Most of this time they write the shit down, put it in a computer. There's the variance right there. That's when, no, you didn't do that. So that can't happen anymore. That's not, and that's how these things happen. So in this particular case, all the evidence will come out. Elijah will be exonerated of whatever charges in this case, because I have the proof that he had already done the terms of his release from this county to the next counties. He had to complete all the hours. They wouldn't let him leave until he did. So they just, bad policing, bad. It doesn't even matter by cellular data. I can call 5 witnesses that he did all this shit with. This county just is not used to people standing up. And then they send in the fucking state to do their dirty work, which I can show was excessive force and 100% unnecessary, and makes every single man that came out to this house, this property, this ministry, High Desert Faith and Truth out here at Silver Rock Ranch, and fucked this property up, shot out my own windows, shot my motorhome up, was totally unnecessary. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not concerned. Every day I grow in confidence, but I did not think that my son was going to not show up to his trial, and that's okay. I have the evidence. Once I go to trial or take this to federal court, he will be there won't be anything. He'll actually be a very, 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 very wealthy man. And I hope that I know, like my son, he'll probably donate it. He don't want money. He don't give a fuck about money. He'll probably buy a 91 Civic, that's that green one that he fucking sold, to try to get his shit taken care of here before they fucking swatted this house. He did sell his little car that he'd had for a long time. It's that blue Civic. He uses those sport things, little shit boxers, and 90s. I bet you my son have $200-500 million and he won't buy a brand new car. He won't. He'll buy something out of the 90s, just like me. He's just not, money doesn't make my son. It doesn't motivate him. He's not motivated. Father motivates him. He loves the word. We talk about it. Son, don't let me bother. I hear you're working on that car with your buddies. Fuck, shut up, Dad. Just keep talking. I don't care. I talk to them about it too. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I just want my boat. Oh, that's you. Okay, I didn't see you in there. What's going on? You as a baby lamb. They threw the U log in the fire. That's like throwing Jesus on the fire. I know it's their satanic, fake pagan rituals. Satanic people hijacked paganism. It's sad, guys. Paganism was about food, not eating fucking human beings. Although they did have sacrifices in paganism, It's not this Satan eat my fucking body, drink my blood bullshit. So fake. That's Satanism. I just want to put that out there because everything gets hijacked. It's so insane how, well, most of Scripture is about food too, brothers and sisters. A lot of Scripture, all these dietary laws, those are about food. Spring harvest and all these things. It's all part of this. But that's what everybody does. Hijacks everything and turns it into something fucking stupid. Just complete opposite of what it was. They take something good and turn it into something bad. So I'm going to do this with this case. I'm going to turn this horrible situation into something better. And hopefully, again, I will have a division, at least 4 ways to provide for people who want to get away. That one will be such things as I know of a gentleman who I think it's a brilliant idea, who is a very meek man, and he acts more Christ-like than any Christian I've ever met. And he doesn't want to be on land. He wants to be in the ocean. He wants to go move around and be able to have more opportunity to meet other people and be with other reefs, just tie himself down to one place. I think it's brilliant, and it's to get away. Because remember, in the ocean, there's more ocean than there is land. So what a brilliant idea to get on a boat and to be wise as a serpent and gentle as a dove. So I will be forming 4 organizations, one for something like this gentleman who I believe 100%, he would never take this boat and go sell it immediately. He would live on this boat and he would get away. Wise as a serpent and gentle as a dove. So I'm forming this organization. I told you, people who are land-bound, I guess, got legs, landlocked, if you will, who don't want to go out onto the ocean. I think the ocean thing is even more brilliant than on land. I really do, because there's such little law out on sea. You do truly have the chance to. You've got water that you can desalinate through just evaporation on a pretty regular basis. If you know how to desalinate, it's a very difficult process to do in a large number, but you can sustain. Okay. Plus, you can bring extras. This guy wants a good-sized boat. And like on a 15-foot ski, he wants something to live on. And he's trying to get this right now. I know he's same thing as me. He's got land for sale. He's trying to do everything he can, not overdo it. I do believe that he does believe in a higher power. We don't agree on every single thing, but he does understand who I am is. And that's meek, patient, kind, gentle, caring. And I want to form an organization that allows people who don't want to fight or flight to form. What I want is a Toyota, okay, outfitted with an overland vehicle so it can go into the woods and blaze a trail. Now, a boat can do the same thing, right? It can go blaze its own road, its own trail, and so what a brilliant idea if things were going to break down, to put yourself further and further and further out into the ocean away from chaos. And so I think it's brilliant, okay? And maybe he could, if he was already had his boat right now, and if Father would have said, bless us, he could tell what the fuck is sitting out in the water. Is it Iran? Is it the U.S. out there sending these drones? Because they're talking about some kind of boat being out there, guys. These flowers are flying in from out the ocean. So very important, guys. So I'm going to form this organization because I've subrogated all the bond, but I have a separate case against each one of these police officers, community service officers, where they are bonded. I don't want money. I'm donating everything. I don't need money, but I can take this money and I can give it to organizations such as Real Vita Television on YouTube, where this is an organization that has contacted me through some of the inmates that says, hey, we want you to come into the women's prisons and teach the gospel. There are men prisons, but there's another pastor who teaches a little bit what you do, but we want that full, we want the whole, the meat. Give us the meat. We don't want this watered down milk. We want this milk, not watered down. So I'm just such a blessing to have a mobile ministry purpose, because I didn't know exactly where I was going to go, just kind of travel and see. But now this gives me purpose to be on the road. Going to go to this prison, and then go fishing, go see a subscriber. Maybe I meet with Willie, or something. And Willie's like, man, I got this really neat, there's petroglyphs where he's at. Maybe he's in Nevada. I don't know, whatever. We go see some kind of natural feature. And the next day we'll go hang out and go fishing somewhere. And the next day we'll come back in church and I got to go. 3 days, I got to go on to the next prison. So I have all the reason, that purpose, to need an overland vehicle so that if something broke down, but there I go, off into the woods. There he goes. Bye-bye. You can just pull off the side of the road, brothers and sisters, in a lot of cases, and be out of sight, out of mind. What you can't see, right? Out of sight, out of mind. Most people will not. So it's not like you need to blaze a trail. But let's just say, for instance, that I fucking hate this country so much, what it's become. Not the people, I'm not hateful, but what if I decide I want to go to Mexico? And they do some COVID 2.0. It's not COVID this time. It's this national emergency because there's shit flying overhead and there's aliens and there's robots running around killing fucking people. And we don't know if they're out of a lab or if they're Elon's robots or if they're Boston Dynamics or if they're DARPA or if they're China's. Oh my God, they're just fucking killing millions and billions of people and nobody knows. They're just escaped out of a laboratory like Wuhan, huh? Bat soup. Gee, I wonder. You know what I'm saying? It's going to happen, brothers, sisters. That's this new whatever pit. You'll see. You'll see. It's going to come when Trump gets here. You'll see. I hope you're ready. I hope you are wise as a serpent and gentle as a dove. So probably any of these things ain't going to happen. This is probably all going to happen before all this shit ever comes to fruition, brothers, sisters. That's only weeks away. That's only, look at this too. Look at this disease X out of Colorado. Please look at this. They've already done this, guys. This X disease is already here. They've already, look into Colorado, please. Look into this. Look where they're creating all this. That's the headquarters. That's the new Washington, D.C. under the airport. You better come with the times, guys. This stuff has been in play for decades. They've been drilling underneath our fucking country since the 80s with your tax dollars, drilling these boring machines that nuclear fusion. Okay, that's all that is those machines are. They're very simple too. Not nuclear is not what people think anyway. So either way, brothers, sisters, be ready. Okay, I see this a million miles away. I already told you about an air ritual. They gaslight you, and now they got all these fucking drones flying over you. That is not, guys, come on. I told you this is going to happen. And it's not like I told you so. I want you to be aware of what is coming next. If he's going to sanction these fucking BRICS nations, brothers and sisters, that's 40% of the world's population. Superpower, nuclear power, Shanghai gold, and you don't think that your cost here in America is going to not double? Everybody's waiting for this shit to get good. Everybody's been thrown into a loop, guys. I see it a million while. People are about ready to get rug pulled. All these Trumpsters going to, oh, everything's going to be so awesome. No, it's not. No, it's not. Although some things are going to have to go through hard times, things will get better. It's not going to be what people think. So the best thing you could do is be like my buddy and get a fucking boat and get away from people. Go start traveling around and get away from this country. Try to get away from chaos. Fight or flight. That's why I want to build this organization that if this happens in time, it doesn't, I will take any of this funding and pour it. I'm trying to do it myself, guys. I got a $3,000 fucking Forerunner, okay? I can't afford shit, but that Forerunner will get me off the road. It's red now. I'm trying to paint it. If it stopped being cold, I can finish painting it tan, but I'm not purchasing and I've already had my wings, so I feel okay. There we go. Good stuff. Good stuff, Ryan. Appreciate it. Your body's a temple, and we got to be really strong when this comes, guys. They are going to attack us. They already are. Water, fluoridated, chloridated, skies, aluminum oxide, bromine, the cow blood, mold spores. It's ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? What they're doing, So the best thing you can do is just get away from it. I don't think this is a permanent cycle, brothers. You know what I'm saying? I don't think this is going to last as long as people think. I think people are prepared for this. Somebody who's going to say, hey, I'm going to get in a Forerunner. I'm going to go out to the woods. And before it ever happens, I'm going to be fishing, get my skills set up, like Ryan's saying, in certain ways. Like the other gentleman who says, I want to get on a boat. I don't want to fight with people, man. I'll go hang out and catch fish and have protein galore, freaking have iodine. My thyroid will be full. I'll be healthy. I'll get stronger every day as I move the mask. And that's a beautiful lifestyle. I was talking to somebody about this with this gentleman. He was a witness. He said, hey, my sister has done that for 20 years. That's not some pipe dream, man. You can do that. That's really a thing. And she really enjoys her life. She's lived a good life. Imagine the things this woman has seen. You know what I'm saying? But either way, brothers, sisters, what I'm asking you to do is try to have a flight mode. Otherwise, you're going to have to fight. And I don't want to see you fighting anybody. Why? Why? You are fucking stupid. That is dumb. There's a time to fight. There's a time to whip fucking people selling, taxation. There's a time to get away. And this time is now, brothers and sisters, before shit hits. How the fuck are you going to get away when shit's already going crazy? You're not. You're going to get locked in your cities, guys. Every city is going to be locked. Bend, Oregon, right here in Deschutes County, has literal fucking not field fencing. If you don't believe me, drive down the 97. Come into Bend, drive to the south, get out of Bend, go through watch. All that black fencing. I used to be a fucking prison guard. I've worked in a goddamn fucking prison, okay? I worked in a fucking federal prison. Chain link or razor wire pointing like this is to keep people from getting in. Pointed like this is from people to get out. They already have the clips, brothers, and field fencing will lay over. This is not, if you stood on field fencing, you could probably get that to lay over. Even, under 200-pound guy could get that thing. This stuff is, those poles went 10 down feet under I saw them when they were putting them in the machine. They literally have clips to put the razor wire on already. They've made all this construction out of Bend, which is defile. I'm a fucking military police. I know we have 9 field missions. A majority of the field missions as an MP is movement of high dignitaries, goods and, really through hostile ambushes. I'm very aware on how I was a traffic crash reconstructionist. I did that for a living. That's what I did as a pig. I didn't do the beat cop thing. I really didn't like that. I never went in the military to stay in the military. I went to become an air traffic controller reconstructionist or work for Progressive and get paid the same money and not do the politics and wear a gun. I work for the state trooper. I've been through the Highway Patrol Academy, at scene traffic investigation, Q9 in the Army. I'm going to make $200,000 working as a state fucking pig. Okay. Or I can make $500,000, $600,000 working Progressive doing the same, pulling my drag factor, taking all my measurements, my tangent offset, my coefficient of friction, all these different equations to come up with your speed and whatever's happened and striation, all these different things, and get paid the same, triple 4 times and not get shot at and have to deal with it. So people often wonder, how the hell did you become a police officer? It's a stepping stone, you idiots. I fucking hate cops. I don't like cops. I'm doing this because I need to get this skill set so that I can work later. See why God made me a pig? See why God made me a veteran? So I can understand this law, and who the commander is in this lifetime, so I can discern this maybe a little better than some. Does it make me better? No, I'm just more articulating and more understanding from experience, decades of research and actual experience, boots on the ground, from being a pig thug myself, So I understand. I am a veteran. I understand the things that we do. You see something on television, that's not what you're seeing that's happening out there in the field. Okay, so I'm very well versed in war. Military police are the very first people to go into war. We get ahead of the Cav Scouts. We get ahead of military intelligence. We even get ahead of the Marines. We're the first ones, and because we deal with prisoners of war, that's what you're going to become, is a work camp. Executive Order 11004, you're going to get into your smart city. There's 32 of you in here, and I'm pretty sure 30 of you will be in one of these cities. You go, oh my God, I should have listened to that fucking dude on the internet. What the fuck? Oh, you'll be fine. They'll keep you fed. You'll eat your food printed by the mile. You'll get your universal basic income. You'll be all right. It's not the end of the fucking world, but you ain't got a Hotel California. You can check in, but you can never leave. 2 tickets to paradise, baby. Get in your 15-minute city. Come into a neighborhood near you. They'll put a bowl over at a dome. As I told you, you won't be able to get out. He never talked about building a wall at the border. He was talking about a millimeter wall over each 15-minute city. And Mr. Stinky Muskrat to do the link up like Walmart, where they actually linked up all those. They never did pull any plumbing fucking permits, did they? Nope. They just said, get the fuck out of here. Go find a new job. Remember that? No, you guys all forgot about you. The devil's in the details, brothers, sisters. The devil's in the details. So be ready. Be wise. I don't have my outfitted right now. I'm doing the best I can. I'm massively poured in 15, 16 hours a day. I'm really happy because I did pay my phone bill. and I'm only $80 short on all the land payments this month. Now I've worked my ass off. I just put more things on the internet. You know, I have 40 some things. Anybody interested in something for sale? I mean, most of my things are big things. I have some stuff I can ship to you on the marketplace. I need to get $80 into my PayPal account before the end of the day, so I don't have to pay $150 late fees. Well, I'll have two different ones I'll have to pay late fees on. I'm going to throw it out. I'm not going to grift you right now, and keep going. I'm telling you, I've been spending my time doing this case for this country, and so I have to take a pause for the cause here. I'm probably going to shut this stream down and take a little bit of a break, and I'll be back up for the end of the day. So it's you guys, and please, I know I probably talk myself out of a lot of PayPal or Cash App, but I don't care. Please only donate to this ministry if you have extras. If there's somebody in your immediate area, please help them first. It is what it is, guys. I mean, it is what it is. But if you have the ability to monetary tithe, it is in my link in the bio. It's Tracy Werner at Lanecountychoppers, and I appreciate $5, $10, guys. If you don't give me anything, please, I don't want to answer to God in the other end of this. Tracy, you had land for sale. So what about a fucking $100 late fee? I would have covered it later. Please don't give to this ministry if you don't have extras. I don't want to take from anybody, but I have a Cash App and a PayPal. And what I'm trying to do is I actually have I have like $194 on my Cash App. I'll tell you exactly what I have. Okay, that $100 is $225 short. I can pay one payment. I have $351 in my bank account in the credit union. I need to have $245, $225, and the $150 land payment for the other land that I have for sale. I have 45 acres that I still pay on, sisters. Okay, so what I'm trying to do is put. I can't it's so, I don't want me to do this to you guys, but see, if I transfer the money over to my bank account, there's a fee, and I got $10 sitting in PayPal. Somebody PayPal me $10. But see, if I transfer that PayPal, I have to pay a fee. If I transfer, the Cash App into my bank, I have to pay a fee. So I was trying to, it doesn't matter. I don't, brothers, sisters, thank you for your time. I'm enough with my finances. It is enough. God will provide. He always does. Sonny, right now I have a 5-acre parcel. It's a really nice parcel. It is on the marketplace on Craigslist. If you look it up, it is very close to, it's one of the closest properties to the school district out here. It is on the highway. So it's a 5-acre parcel, and it is close to North Lake School District. You'll see it has pictures of Table Rock. It has pictures of the sand dunes out here, the petroglyphs, the hot springs, and then it has a picture of the land, Table Rock, North Lake School. I can't remember the price that I had it at, but it is up for sale. And I can walk if anybody's interested. I do have this other 20-acre parcel that I have this payment of the $245 on. I've paid this 20 off. Okay, guys, I'm trying to pay this off to pay this land that I paid for 20. I paid $29,000 on this property already, I believe, or almost $30,000. That's about the original price that I paid for it, but now I got to start paying off all the interest, because you know how that works. So anyways, make a long story short, I have a 20-acre parcel that I'd be willing to, now I bought it on a land sale contract, as I did this one. It's all legal. It's all legal. No change of interest, no early payout penalty. It's from owner land sale. They've been out here they've sold thousands of acres out here. That is a 20-acre parcel. My son was going to move on to that parcel. It is a gorgeous parcel. I paid on it for about 5 years now. I would walk somebody into that property for the $245 payment if they were interested in coming to this area, because it is very affordable. The taxes, I paid $130 on that 20-acre parcel. You can build on that parcel. I do what I do out here, but I plan on doing it as a business and putting fourplexes and putting it for people who are coming out here and building. I just can't do it anymore, brothers and sisters. I don't have the time. Okay, things have changed. I don't think my son's going to want it. Guys, I was this close to having my son come out to that 20-acre parcel. We started going and getting rocks, guys, to build him and his wife a house. But I don't think he's going to return here. And I still have so much acreage that I don't want it anymore. when I was building a community, brothers, sisters, I thought I would get 10 or 15 or 20 people to eventually come out here. And it's okay. I don't have any hard feelings. But on that parcel, what I'm saying is I think I paid about $7,000 or $8,000, maybe $9,000. If somebody would give me half of what I paid into it, I could walk you right into that parcel, and you could be paying the payments during the time that, oh my goodness, did my battery, darn it. Oh, my battery ran out, didn't it? Oh, cool. Hold on. I still got some power here. Oh my goodness, guys, I apologize. I need to pay attention. My battery's at 5%. Yeah, I should go. Okay, guys. I don't mean to bring in all my finances, but if you are interested in land, it's not like I'm not sitting out here trying to just grift you guys. I have 30 or 40 things for sale on the internet. If you can help, $5, $10, anything will help at this point. I'm not sure if that other person, come on, work, please work. Oh, I think maybe Robin or something said something that would take care of it, but it is what it is, brothers, sisters. I can't. Lots of times people say they're going to do something on here and I never see something, but it's okay if you do and it's okay if you don't. I don't have any fear that I don't care if I lose this land. I don't care about land, but if I can get it paid, probably all the land that I do have will be donated to the ministry. Okay. And I really would like to sell that parcel on the highway to fund my federal case. Cause guys, I've not even given one single penny, and that's okay. You guys don't have to towards my legal fund. In 6 months, nobody's ever even donated one penny. This guy's having some big issues over there, man. Honey, we got a lot of money in that Bitcoin here. Let's help this guy out. If he just got this thing out of this can, so it's okay. That would be a bigger organization or something. But if you can help out by PayPal or Cash App, the links are in the description. I appreciate your time. That is what I do request. If it does say in the book, a man like myself, who's feeding you the meat, to give him 10%. And I'm asking for your time, not your money, okay? I appreciate your time. You can print more money. You can, right? You can make more money, but you can't make or print more time. So that, I find value in that personally, okay? I apologize. I even need to bring up my phone. I was so freaking close, guys. I had to spend $40 to go down to that trial that they should have never sent me to, and I bought a couple people, and that's the only thing you do. When somebody's nice enough to get up at fucking 5 o'clock in the morning, go drive 2 fucking hours away from, you buy them a burrito. So that was all into my money that I should have had, and it is what it is. And I have to tell you that I'm being a little bit prideful. I have a $22 check that they tried to pay me to go to my son's trial. I will never cash that check. I will never cash that check. I need it for evidence. I will not cash the $22 check that they paid me to drive 4 hours, there and back. It didn't cover even the gas, but it is what it is for that check. So I want to be 100% honest. I have another $22, but I'm not going to cash the check. I could have taken in yesterday. I just wouldn't feel right of cashing that check. And I want to hold on to it. So much agape and phileo. I appreciate it, guys. Probably just talked myself out of another tide, but it's okay. It doesn't matter. God will provide. I do need to get going, though, because I'm going to have to pay these land payments. I have to pay them by 5. 5 is my cutoff today. So if you can help, it's in the description. If not, it's okay. I thank you so much for your tithe of time. Please leave a comment. That is that's tithe. The comment is tithe. It helps after the video. Tell you what you think of the video. Do me a favor. There's 49 of you guys. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, this would be a good time. Make sure you do hit that thumbs up button, though, because that doesn't cost you anything. It only takes a second. There you go. More time of tithe. So, and then make sure that you are subscribed to the channel. Come back consistently, because we constantly, between the moderators and myself, get people consistently telling us that they were unsubscribed to the channel. And it's not me doing it. It's because it's a shadow ban channel. Okay. It is very unique. Please, I asked in the last video, put another channel that is close to or like High Desert Faith and Truth Ministries. Please, I want to know. I want to go see. I don't think you'll be able to list one other channel here on YouTube. So because we are set apart, we are very heavily shadow banned here. All 18,000 of us, brothers, sisters, not just me. We all come here to iron sharpens iron. So please help keep this ministry going by keeping the numbers at least consistent. Hit the thumbs up button. Leave the comments. That does help. Share it to any platform you choose. That does help keep this so other people can see the information. All right, much agape and phileo. Enjoy the rest of your day, brothers, sisters. If I don't see you, I probably will come back on here a little bit, but I need to take some time and sup with the Father and I'm losing my fire out here, guys. I got to go get some more firewood and get the place stay warm. The cops shot my windows out of my house, so I have to keep the fire going to stay warm. It's in the 30s or something out here today. So stay warm. Stay safe, brothers, sisters. Please get prepared for what is coming. Be ready. And something as small as something like this, brothers and sisters, can be an absolute, an amazing tool in the future. This is I haven't used this product. I use these Life Straw, but I get amazing reviews on this. Outstanding. All right, good stuff. All right, thank you so much, Rebel. Appreciate this. Is very important, guys. This way you won't be a burden to other people trying to beat somebody up over some thing of water. You can go stick this in the back of a toilet, on the side of a curb. If you're in the city, you can put it in a pond. I know that sounds not nice, but hey, you're drinking clean water. You can put it. This really is a very important unit to have, okay, in the future. Just something like this is an amazing. It's, I call it the Life Straw and the other ones, but this is good, outstanding. That's what I'm saying, guys. That's what I'm saying. And if we don't use them, great, but if we do need them, it's better to have and not need than need and not have. All right, much blessings. Let's talk a little preparedness. I'll put the whole third article court thing to the side. I'll make the next live stream about preparedness. Okay, Christ left this place. He said he would go prepare a place after this place is burnt with fire to come back and receive us. He said we go to where his Father's house is at. That was 2,600 years ago, guys. He ain't made it back yet. The biggest prepper on this rock would be the Hamashiach, right? He's still prepping to this day. Yeah, well, it does charge me a fee to transfer, Anita, when I transfer that, because I would transfer that money into my bank account, but I'd have to pay a fee. So I'm trying to avoid fees by not making transfer, and it sucks. I'm short in the bank, and then I'm short in my CashApp. So it is what it is. Yes, CashApp does charge a fee. It is what it is. Thank you for your time, guys. Appreciate it. Please find one of these. These are $20, guys. It's Christmas Valley, Sonny. It's Christmas Valley, Oregon. And my name is Tracy Werner. It's the Facebook. It's probably going to have a picture of my son now. You'll see a picture of Elijah on my face. It's black and white on my profile. Tracy Werner under the Facebook Marketplace, Christmas Valley, Oregon. You'll see the 5-acre parcel on there. And then I have this other, that I don't own this parcel on the 20-acre. The 5-acre parcel, I have about 3 payments left on it. I don't have very many payments. I've been paying on it for 5 or 6 years. So I'm down to my last. That's why I'd hate to not lose it now with having just a few payments. And the way I have it set up. Interesting. Okay, cool. It says, Christopher said, if you have a PayPal, you can move from your Cash App card to PayPal with no fee. Never tried that. I think I've tried it the other way, Christopher. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that's where I see the fee. Or I think what I do, Christopher, is I put it into my bank account and not done it, back and forth that way. Thank you for that information. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to save myself. A guy was so close this month too, and I can't believe, guys, that I've done. It's a lot of my work last month, guys, and I have been working. I've sold some things this month. Obviously, I went just back yesterday and took $50 worth of cans back, recycled all the cans. I gathered every can I could find on this property, so I'm trying to work as hard as I can without leaning on this channel at all. I was hoping yesterday I would have got it. It just didn't work out that way, so appreciate it, guys. It is what it is. Life is not Burger King, right? We can't always have it our way, so I'm telling you, if the land payments don't get paid this time, guys, it'll be the first time in 10 years. So what? It is what it is. So if you can help, the donation is in the link for PayPal. It's the $ with Predestined, the number 4 light. You'll see that. And then Tracy Werner at Lanecountychoppers at gmail.com on PayPal. Otherwise, please comment. That would really help to let people know what you thought of the video. And if you do have a channel that you can compare to this, please leave. I want to go see what other channels putting out the content that's being done here. You are part of the content, so your comments are part of the content, because a lot of the times I talk about your comments. I don't not talk about. I'm not Brother Jim at Grace and Truth where he doesn't address the chat. I consistently address the chat. So a lot of the content in the live stream comes from you guys. You guys make this chat. I'm not some crazy guy with a hat and a beard. Well, I'm a crazy guy with a hat and a beard, but that's not what the channel is about. I'm just one of the 1,800 of the whole. So thank you for being a part of that 1,800, especially the ones who put good content into the things such as prepping and important things that add value to the channel itself. So thank you for the value, and I cannot thank you enough for your tithe of time. You can't get it back. Did I steal it from you? I hope not. I hope not. If I did, can I thank you for your tithe of time? Can I thank you for it? I don't want to take it from you unwillingly. Come back when you have some more time. Okay, please. I don't know how to exactly get the notification thing squared away because they got that all messed up, but I go live often. Every single day I go live. I've been going live month after month after month for many months now. So come back and enjoy the content from your brothers and sisters. Sup, iron sharpens iron, and teacher, if I'm teaching, I won't allow the interruption, and I will address and teach off of each one of you. If you have something good or something negative to say, we all learn together. Okay, so much agape and phileo. I'll see you again, Father willingly, Hamashiach willingly, by his will. Okay, and I'll see you again soon. Pastor Revelation, another broadcast again about the consistent battle that I'm going through here in my life. Thanks for being a part of it. I know it's kind of a general hospital days of our life kind of channel, but hopefully it's entertaining and a learning experience at the same time. All right, welcome to the new age. We are in the age of Aquarius, brothers and sisters. Much agape and phileo. All right, welcome to the new age. Welcome to the age of Aquarius. I hope you're a living testament. I am Pastor Revelation. I am Apocalypse. Whoa.